Yo. We're here. It's a short stream today, right? Right? What's going on, everyone? Okay. Colin works with Rory. I mean, I'll do it. If he's here in the UK, which he says he might be in July, we'll go to the gym. Gonna pump a little bit. You guys know what I'm saying. Right, where's this awesomeness death clip? Let's take a look at this. I'm finding the clip, guys. We've got to take a look at this. I'm finding it. Let's take a look, guys. HC hype. Awesomeness is back to Brill. Feels good, man. Let's do a review, guys. Review. Here we go. We're in Scarlet Monastery. I believe level 35. Man, I really like this song, actually. This is the Amirdrasil nature theme. It plays during the Council of Dreams and during Nimue. Also, not Beelzebub, that's the resub, by the way, bro. Appreciate that shit. It's over. All right. Let's just take a look, guys. Man, this death is very brutal. I'm warning you, man. Like, this one is fucked up. So here we go. We're on the end boss here. Arcanist Doan. But he forgot the book, guys. He forgot the book for the test of law. There's the detonation. He's hiding. He's LOSing. Brings the pet out as well. Dude, the shaman nearly inted by staying. Was he trolling? The shaman was trolling.
Giga nuked.
And here we go. We're actually top DPS. We're top DPS. What is this DPS from the shaman, by the way? I guess the shaman's healing. One's 23 DPS, though. Robe of Dawn. I mean, it doesn't even need the gear, really. It's kind of a shit item. And then let's take a look at this, guys. He goes to find the book. He's going to find the book. A little bit further in the future. Everyone's hearthing out. He goes for the book. He goes for the book. Wait, what's even going on here?
I think it'll be safe in here. So even if things patrol out there.
Wait, why did he just not Hearthstone here, by the way? Is it on, oh, it's on CD.
Surely. Actually, I think being in a room would be more dangerous.
Oh, he runs out.
This guy got
He
me.
pulls the monk.
Where did this guy come from? Okay, well, we're 1v1.
Wait, when did this button press go wrong? Okay, here we go.
I think we're chain fear this guy.
Yeah, oh no. Dude, he misclicked. So, this is what happened here, guys. He used an ability called Curse of Recklessness. You can see the icon here. It's like the hand icon. That makes this mob immune to fear. It's actually useful to have because you can break stuff out of fear, basically, to control them. You can, like, you fear it, unfear it, fear it, unfear it. So it's actually really useful to do this. And it's actually, it reduces the enemy's armor so they take more damage. So it's actually a really good ability. But he doesn't notice. So he's going for the fear. He applies the fear. You can see here, 15-second fear. So he's actually fine here. He's low HP, but this is a free win.
The fear does nothing? The fear does nothing?
Fear does nothing. He hasn't realized it. He doesn't see the curse.
Holy fuck me.
He doesn't see it.
Wait, the fear did nothing?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, am I dead?
He's broken mentally.
The fear.
Interrupted.
Health low, fear.
Target
fear
dummy
him.
not used, by the way.
I fucking died.
And
what
he's
the
back
fuck
to
just
level
happened?
1.
Oh my god, I'm so bad at the game. Oh my god, I'm so bad at the game. Oh, that's the
Back
end of the stream.
to Brill.
I'm too tired to go on anymore. That sucks. All right.
Back to Brill.
Health low, fear. Fear him. Wait, the fear did nothing. Oh fuck, am I dead? The fear. Health low.
You know what's interesting here? He actually had a lot of ways out of here. Because he's got the succubus. The succubus could have seduced the monk as well. He actually has a lot of outs in this situation. Yeah.
Oh, fear. Fear him. I fucking died. What the fuck just happened? Oh my god, I'm so bad. Oh fuck. Fear does nothing? The fear does nothing? Holy fuck.
Nah, this is fucked up, man. Like, this is brutal. So basically here, he could have fixed this because you can only have one curse per warlock. If he pressed Curse of Agony, the mob would instantly have been feared and ran away.
Wait, the fear did nothing. Oh fuck, am I dead? The fear, fear. Health low, fear. Fear him.
Level 1. Back to Brill. It really is that simple, guys. It really is that simple. Oh, wait, we've got Titan meta. I'm doing Titan meta. Wait, I wonder if there's a map going. Yo! I'm joining. Nobody ever does subgroups, man. Let's go, Greer. No subs. Wait, I like how the commander made a subgroup for themselves, but then for nobody else. That's actually messed up, dude. So they have boons, but nobody else will. Meta given anything? I think it's pretty good. You get a bunch of materials and shit. I'm a little bit unplugged from the rewards in this game, though. I don't know. Yeah. Here we go. Would you rather make the raid led by Tyler or led by Miskiv? Tyler. Yeah, definitely Tyler. I've seen Miskiv play Classic, and I think he panics. Tyler is, I mean, look, he's obviously a very competitive gamer. I think he's way less likely to experience fear. Incredible. Yeah. Subs are toxic. That's correct. Hey, never. How you doing, man? Ah. Pokey C. I see you've moved on. Didn't you always used to come in the chat and, well, one, song request a bunch of Taylor Swift and also put Pokey W in the chat, I believe? So you've moved on now. Weekly festivals? Dude, no, of course I haven't done weekly. Why would I do weekly festivals, bro? Why would I do that? Oh, wait. I've been targeted. Hold on. Nearly broke you? Dude, I don't know why you would do... Why would you do this? Why would you do this, bro? This is fucked up. Oh, man, that's crazy. I bet you lots of puzzles to do. Look, I don't right now. I'm still, I'm working on it. I will be playing PvP. Well, not today, but at some point. Today is a short stream. But we will be playing PvP. You know, for those who weren't here, for the really late night stream the other day, guys, we basically found some like crazy YouTube videos, some channels related to like speedrunning, very niche games, and this guy also uploads his kind of Gary's mods, kind of animations or videos or whatever, and I just really like the title of this video, guys. So you realize a fact that has been in your face the entire time, but maybe you already have, and this is just further confirmation. I played this in the background while cooking. Thank you. Yeah. I realized one. Yeah, we have also realized this fact. Wife speed... Jeez, what the fuck? Take a look at that, guys. Wow. Boom. There we go. An extra one spawns here. Right at the last second. Man, what an incredible channel. 2 ranked games a day doesn't count as PvP. Don't worry, it'll be more than that. He only has 6 Twitch followers. Yeah, I don't think he's streamed for ages though. If he streams, I would raid him. He knows it well, for he knows what is to come. What you are to do, and what you shall do will be grand. Which will come sooner than I think. Oh, man. Dude, you know what I should have done? I actually fucked up. If you ask Blizzard nicely, they let you leech their tournaments and just watch them on stream. I should have just done that, man. That's what I was doing before the stream, pretty much. I was also eating, though. So, I don't like eating on stream. So, you know, I don't know. Big. Greer. If he has 1 follow, it's Teapot. That is correct. It is me. Food and beard. I mean, yeah, that's not good. Brown food. Yeah. That is a very good clip. He's actually making a... Wait, where is that? It's not Top Gear, is it? It must be the Grand Tour, I think. Or is it Top Gear? Maybe it's Top Gear, actually. But it's a clip of... a clip of... Jeremy Clarkson and James May being happy to eat brown food, which, you know, look, that's just the UK food, man. It's brown. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, because it's relatively recent, so it can't be Top Gear, I think, because I know exactly the clip you're talking about. Dude, look, that's also going to be content, man. Like Jester and Lynn in the UK, cooking stream time. That's going to be big. Jester's got his apron already. You know, his I think, yeah, his, I don't know, Diddly Squat Farm apron, ready to go. Most fun class, in your opinion, for the whole game as a beginner? I don't know. Necromancer or Revenant. Boom. Let's go. The majesty of beans on toast. People don't appreciate beans on toast, man. People don't know. They don't know. They're actually clueless. Meet it with your friends arc. I actually would, you know, look. Maybe look, I know this would be a really weird meme to do, and I don't know how that would go, but I'd maybe go to BlizzCon for, like, the next WoW expansion or something. Because, and by the way, guys, I wish ArenaNet would do that, but they don't do that shit. The last time they did, I was actually there. I was at Gamescom when they were promoting Heart of Thorns. But they haven't ever done that since, which kind of feels bad. It is what it is, my friends. Not Selly? Why don't I have Selly on this account? I only have, like, the World versus World build. I only have Minstrel. They haven't do a BlizzCon might be virtual again? No, what? That would be cringe. If I had beans on toast, why would you make something like that? It's like food from hell. I mean, dude, it's good. Beans on toast is based. You guys are all clueless to the gloriousness of beans on toast. I'm rezzing this guy. Incredible. You guys put fries on bread with butter? Yeah, but I don't think you do that with fries. You do that with chips, which is not quite the same thing. Like, yeah, doing that with a French fry will be unusual, but doing that with chips, like basically fish and chip shop chips, which are different to fries, that's another thing entirely. James May has done both. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. James May is, you know, he is a Sigma male, as many of you may be aware. They're just thicker? Yeah, but it is a very different experience, right? Cold refried beans on cold toast and ate it? Wow. I mean, yeah, that's not quite the same thing. I mean, that's rather daring, in fact. Yeah. They're too soggy. Well, it's just different, right? Like, it's a very, very different experience. Like, for example, would you want to have chips with a burger? Not really. I think when I think of chips, it's specifically fish and chips, right? Like, those two things go together very well. That's basically how it's designed, you know, to be. So you'll have, you know, maybe some mushy peas alongside that, battered fish, and then obviously whatever kind of condiment, you know, whatever you like, you know. Yeah. Do you eat fish? No. Yeah. Rate Heinz beans. To be honest, I actually think Heinz is a little bit overrated. They're quite sweet. And, you know, some people like that. But they're actually not my favorite brand of beans. I actually find that cheaper beans I actually tend to prefer. Like, Heinz has got a bit of a premium on it because it's you know, it's a big brand, and obviously that comes at a, you know, bit of additional cost. But like cheaper beans typically have less sugar in them, and I actually kind of prefer that. More savory flavor.
You're kidding, right?
But yeah, that's my take on baked beans. Do you eat sauce with alcohol like wine in it? I almost certainly have done that, but I don't think you get drunk off that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure I have in some way. Context here. Sirax has asked me that because I don't drink, and I've actually never drunk. In fact, I've never consumed alcohol, guys. Wow. But I'm sure I have consumed some alcohol in some form at some point. Although I think in a lot of those situations, I think a lot of the alcohol tends to just kind of boil off, right? I don't think you really get, you know, like actual alcohol into like sauces and stuff very often. Yeah. Any reason why? I don't know. I just don't really see why I would do that. Here we go.
You're kidding, right?
The history is beans on toast is all you need to know. It was meant to be a staple of the British diet. It was the crap what the USA and droves couldn't give away, so the British got it for free when they were being bombed. They did, yeah, it turns out. We got a fucking good deal on that. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. How is this kill going? I think this actually looks pretty good. Decima's a little bit slow, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's all good, guys. Want to stream Paris that you couldn't, so you didn't have a numpad? Well, I actually do have a numpad, so that's definitely not true. Also, Plenix with the raid. Daily reminder that Plenix has done 17,000 Sarah CM trainings. Sarah CM falls again to Team Plenix. Plenix was actually top DPS on Heal Chrono as well. Feels good. I was watching it. I was there live, actually. He was top DPS on Heal Chrono. Feels good. Plenga. Plen my gar. You know what I need? We need to make the bot voice activated so I can just say Plen my gar on stream and then the bot will automatically do it. Crazy. Fuck Greg's, it's overpriced. I mean, I really haven't been in Greg's that often, but I mean, if it's overpriced, that does not feel good, but yeah. Odd-looking WoW we have here. Well, this is, in fact, Guild Wars 2. I was going to stream WoW, but then our augmentation evoker wasn't playing M+, so it's like, okay, well then, you know. I guess we'll do this. By the way, guys, you know, if there are any orgs out there, we could use a spare. We only have one player in the guild who is currently willing to play Augmentation Evoker in high-level Mythic Plus. If you would like to do that and you play Augmentation Evoker, send me your application on Discord. I'm actually serious there, by the way. I am actually looking to recruit more players, and specifically Augmentation Evokers, into the Mythic Plus Cabal. There is a really big benefit in being in the Cabal, by the way, guys. We will steal loot for you in Mythic Raid, and we will feed it to you. This is something that we've been doing for a long time, actually, in the Mythic Plus Cabal. I recently was the beneficiary of the Mythic Plus Cabal, getting both a best-in-slot weapon and best-in-slot ring stolen from the raid by Vivaloof, French tank player. And I actually want... You know what? Let me actually flame the boys, okay? I'm actually going to flame the boys so fucking hard right now. I did, I think, probably 20-plus Farak, Heroic, and Normal runs to get these fuckers the trinket, so they could survive in high keys. And when I needed the tank trinket from the mega dungeon, none of them helped me. Okay? Fuck you. Holy shit. Like, me, I did. Fuck the Mythic Plus Cabal, actually. Yeah, hang on. Cancel that. I did so many Farak runs. And by the way, I prio'd them. I did... Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Are these people really my friends? I just realized. Okay? I played all of Season 3 as Vengeance Demon Hunter with no Org and no Farak trinket, okay? Because I gave it to everyone else first. And they wouldn't play Org, okay? And I didn't get the fucking trinket, bro. Holy shit. This is after I fed them. I fed them hard with those Farak Rage Hearts. That's crazy. Honestly, maybe it's time for Judgment Day. We need a Judgment Day, I think. Man, I have no quickness. I'm crying. I guess it doesn't really matter that much, though. It is what it is. Yeah. Few dawns, okay? We almost two-teamed the first. That's true. That is true, actually. You know, no, I have to uncall out Rated. Rated did try to help. We tried to duo the first boss. It did. Well, I think we almost did it. Yeah. Huge. Incredible. But yeah, we are looking for Augmentation Evokers. Because I want to build up like a larger Mythic Plus roster. Because right now, we actually have me and Vivi who can tank, actually. Rated can obviously play any DPS spec. Nico is actually the only healer right now because Snizzle is kind of taking a step back from the game. What a gamer, what a hero, what a Giga Chad. So we need more healers and more Orgs. Why does nobody want to play it? Because Org is... People don't find it that much fun. You know, it's Augmentation Evoker.
But those celebrations must remain modest. The strangers will...
Oh, you had 30 FPS? I think my FPS was 160 FPS. Oh, hang on. Wait. Oh, wait. Didn't they do the thing? Did they finally... Look at that, guys. They actually finally updated the frame limiter to include 144. That is actually mega based. Holy shit. Because they only had 30 or 60 before. But now you can do 120 or 144. That's actually a mega. Very nice quality of life. Oh yeah, I guess it doesn't have 165. I feel like... You know, okay, guys, am I crazy? Isn't this where a slider would be good? Where are, like, the UX nerds? This is a slider moment. I think it's a slider in... It's a slider in WoW, actually. Like, a drop-down, I feel like this really isn't it. And then you just make it so that if you put 0 in, it's unlimited. Like, 0 is unlimited, or even, like, just max it out is unlimited. And then you can just have a little slider, so you can, like, limit it to whatever you want. Yeah. But I guess that's how it goes. Is OnlyFans over? No, it's not. I actually plan on hopefully kind of getting to know the guild a little bit better and then potentially putting myself forwards for Blackwing Lair, but I'm just not really playing right now because I kind of want to... I actually just don't want to play that many video games today. I'm just going to be real. And classic WoW activities typically take, you know, a pretty long time, right? Like if I want to sit down and play Classic, I want to sit down and play for like 4 hours. And to be honest, I actually just don't want to do that today. I don't want to sit down and play for 4 hours. Wants in on the drama. No, I really don't. Like, if anything, guys, I would want to be the enforcer in the guild that will, like, shut down this, like, childish baby, adult child bullshit. Here we go. Casual Guild Wars 2 arc. Now, I'm embracing the I am going to stream every do no matter what arc. That's what it is. The Hate Watcher clips today. Dude, I need to share with you guys another clip, because I will admit this clip is extremely funny. Let me see if I can find the clip. Wait, I think we played this one on stream already, actually, but it's good enough that I will happily play it again. Yeah, this one is so fucking good. Oh, I'm dead to the guards, guys. Is it the healing? No, much better than that. Far better. Yes, the mage death. The mage death is like the best clip. What's your height? I'm about 190 centimeters tall. It's like 6'2" in feet and inches, or 6'2.5" or something. Dude, you know, I really wish. This is why I don't like not playing on my main is so annoying, bro. Because I don't have a DPS build on my Necro. I only have Minstrel. So if I want to take a camp, this is what it looks like. It just takes forever. But on my main, I would just swap to Harbinger, right? And then I could kill the camp, but I can't really do that on this guy. Build templates. I don't think I have any DPS gear on this character at all. That's the problem. So, like, even build templates would just... Actually, wait. I do. I have Condi Scourge, I think. So there is that option. I am a condition. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, this clip is fucking good, guys. Okay? This is, literal hate watching. So let's just take a look at this clip, guys. Okay? Let's just watch this. Let's watch this together.
My threat is horrible.
Someone die! Die!
My threat is horrible. It's all over Ompi. I'm taunting it.
He's dead! He's dead! Yes!
No.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Ompi is down.
Am I just getting speared?
Yes! I willed it into existence!
I mean, look, you know, he's happy. He's happy and happy. You know, he's like, yeah, he's dead. Why do you have more than one character of the same class? Because it's really annoying to play multiple game modes with the same character. Because you're very limited on build template slots. So unless you have more than... I basically have... I have like one character for every game mode, pretty much, on my main. And that's because it's just much more convenient than working with the build template system in the game. Breathe. Wait, what's this clip? Let's take a look.
Whoever it's on, I don't know
Because
who's
fear
on
into the... They should have called Firebot.
Trevor's down. Trevor's down.
Target the boss.
It's on
Breathe!
Nim,
Breathe! Breathe!
Poke. It's on poke. Poke. Flip. Poke. Flip. Poke.
Jesus
Poke. Flip.
Christ.
Get it off poke.
Breathe!
Poke. Face it to the wall.
Shit, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Breathe!
Keep going. Keep
Any
going.
deaths?
It's on Nim. It's on...
Okay, for context, he's wanting the dragon, he's wanting the dragon to, breathe here, which would have pretty much one-shot, like, everyone here, right? It would have, like, instantly killed, like, half the raid. Which, I mean, that would have been pretty funny, to be honest. Is there any action going on? Better than Blade Gear? Oh yeah, way better, yeah. Yeah, it's relatively new, actually, that they added that. So if you're watching some of my old videos, you're probably thinking, aha, why didn't he say this? I should maybe do a little update or something like that. Well, I actually kind of did. I did it in, I think I did it on stream. I think it made it into a YouTube video, I think, maybe. But yeah, it is really good. It's easily the best way to do it. Yeah, it's actually got, it was a pretty new addition to the game. Like, like, I think years after, like, that video even. Yeah. Is an equipment template much more convenient for builds you can copy base? Nah, it's not. Because the thing is, you don't have enough slots, really, for each game. You can't play all game modes on one character. You don't have enough equipment template slots. And that's also just very expensive as well. Like, I'll just, look, no bullshit. That's a lot of money that you have to spend to do that. Character slots are cheaper and more convenient. And I don't like using this system. I really don't. Like, I don't ever buy these, right? Like, these thingies. I think on my on this guy, I have a bunch that I got for free from the Wizard's Vault, but I actually never buy these on my main. I have the default 3 of them, if I am not mistaken, because I think this system is just trash. I really, really don't like it at all. Talent loadouts? Okay. It's talent loadouts rated, but you have a limited amount of them, and for some reason, it's account wide. So build slots from different classes that obviously won't even do anything, right? I can't use this. It also takes up a slot for this character. So it's basically imagine talent loadout extension, but not good, and you also have to pay for it. Doesn't feel good. It does not feel good, guys. Build storage never made any sense to me. I mean, this is actually, look, I'm being real. Like, this system is a victim of not having a sub fee. I'm just straight up. Like, okay, so let me tell you the story. Like, this feature is actually one that was requested for a very long time, but obviously it required quite a lot of dev work to actually implement into the game. And because of that, and, you know, you've got to, this is the reality, guys. ArenaNet has to make money on making something like this. So in order to justify the cost of developing this, they had to monetize it pretty damn aggressively. And unfortunately, that made the system bad, to be honest. Like, there's no other way of putting it. It's just not good. Because they had to, like, hamstring it in order to monetize it in a lot of ways, unfortunately. And as a result, like, you kind of got this mess. It's, like, monetized in 3 different ways. You need to buy build template slots. You need to buy equipment template slots as well. So this is, like, Outfitter, right? I don't know what add-on you use, but I think I use Outfitter for it. So, you know... Oh, actually, I think Blizzard actually has this... Blizzard has this natively now, actually, in the game. Like, armor sets and stuff. But yeah, you have to pay for that as well. And then you also have this, like, I don't even know what this is for. This is just, like, fucking weird. I don't know. Can I play Classic? Probably not. This is going to be a very short stream. I'm only planning on streaming for a tiny little bit. But we'll be back to Classic and kind of getting more gear probably going to be next week. But this is a short stream today. Maybe, like, another hour or so. Actually short stream. Blizzard, you mean ArenaNet? No. No, Blizzard have... something, I think you can make item sets, like equipment sets in WoW natively. In retail, anyway. Not sure about, I don't think Classic. Why only 200 viewers? Because I started streaming 56 minutes ago. And I have 270 viewers, thank you very much. I'm very famous. I think we can win this fight. Come back. What is this fucking MO, bro? Don't die to falling damage. Come on, friend. Let's go. I think we actually win this. Onwards. Get the breach here. Let's get him. Can keep this guy alive. We actually need to play aggressively here. Like, we're playing too passively. This is not... We need to go. We need to attack. Like, we need to be attacking right now. We need to get in my opinion. Kind of wish I had great sword here. We played way too passively. That was the problem. Too passive. Passivity doesn't work in that situation. You have to play aggressive or you just auto lose. Make a macro with gear sets and WoW and be done with it? I mean, yeah, that's also another option. Your EB-wise, it all blue. I mean, look, we took over everything. We got all of it. Planning on looking at the new CMs coming out? I mean, I will probably play them, yeah. It's at the worst possible timing for me. So I actually don't know what I'm going to do about this. I haven't decided how I'm going to handle it. Because I actually do want to play them. I also just want to farm drops, like full disclosure, guys. It's just like insanely... It's insanely free money. There's no other way of putting that. So I'm going to have to figure out what we're going to do, though. With that. Like, I'm considering a couple of options. I'm thinking about either just, like, dropping for the first... I don't know. Because here's the thing. It's, like, the worst timing. It's, like, 1 week of raid in WoW, and then it's Guild Wars. This is really fucking bad. If I just had to drop the first week, it wouldn't be that bad. But not being there for second week is so bad, in my opinion. Like, I don't know how I'm going to handle that, realistically. I'm tempted to say they should just play the tier without me. And then I'll, like, if they need me later, I can show up later. Because I don't mind skipping a tier, really. It's a shame, actually. It looks like a really good raid. I don't mind skipping... And then I also don't mind just 21st manning as well. I'll just raid lead. If they want to play with the same 20 people, just go in with the first 20. I'll just raid lead and do 21st man when I'm available again instead. Disable that violin music when you die. It gets me so much in PvP. I mean, you can just mute the music and replace it with your own, I guess. 3 days from PvP Legendary Backpack and I just got burnt out. Well, I mean, you know, I guess you have to wait a little while then come back then. Easy. But we'll see. I'll see if I don't actually know. I'll have to figure out if I can cook something for the CMs. The thing is, guys, I haven't raided in Guild Wars for like a year, realistically. I played Wing 8 for the week. When it dropped, but I actually haven't really played it much since then. I'll see if we can cook something. I have a couple of options. I think I could make a pretty good team, actually. But the thing is, I don't really like half measures. If I wanted to do it, I want to do it pretty well, actually. And go pretty hard, like pretty try hard. And try and play competitively. Zero to Hero Season 4 when throwback time. The thing is, I kind of beat the game, right? Zero to Hero, in a lot of ways, is finished. I do have a couple of things that I'd like to do with the character, but I pretty much beat the game. Like, I win. I beat Guild Wars 2 on Zero to Hero. The Orange GS and Hammer Legendaries, and man, getting the other dragons is a pain in the ass. I mean, yeah, Legendaries are... I mean, they're not... I didn't feel like Gen 3 was that bad, really. Was it? Was it that bad? What's bad about it? Guild Wars 2 beat you? I don't think so. I think, dude, I dominated Guild Wars 2 so hard in Zero to Hero that people accused me of cheating and buying gold because they thought that my progress was so fast, it was impossible. And the funny thing is, I didn't even rush. I actually played very casually in Zero to Hero. You cheated by having knowledge. True. That is true, actually. Knowing things is illegal. Isn't there a season going on right now? It's kind of indefinitely suspended. Like, there is one project that I actually really want to do. I want to do every daily in the game in one day. That would be like a fun Zero to Hero project, I think. Can we defeat Guild Wars 2's daily lockout? It's actually, you know, I was thinking of doing something like really psychotic and trying to do every lockout in a 24-hour period, including raids and strikes. But I actually think that might just be too much, because doing like a full raid clear is like 2 hours. Doing a full strike CM clear is about an hour as well. So that's 3 hours lost just to doing weeklies, and that's actually quite bad, considering that there's a lot of dailies to do anyway. But I think I could do it in one sitting. I'm not sure I could do every daily and every weekly lockout in a in a 24-hour period. I think it'll be more than 24 hours, because I think it'll be actually quite tight actually. It'll be pretty tight to do every daily in 24 hours. You are the GOAT of GW2. That is true, actually. That is true. PvP Arena is gone? Wait, what do you mean PvP Arena? Wait, you mean... I don't have I have a custom arena on my main, but not on my my alt. Rank 1 on Wingman with any DPS spec? Nah, I don't think that's very interesting, actually. Like, I've never really been a parse Andy, because parsing almost always involves playing badly in some way. And what I mean by playing badly is, like, making a mechanical mistake in order to get more damage. And that's, like, almost always required to do that. So I don't really care about, like, rank 1 logs. Like, doing good damage is a very different thing to doing, like, the maximum possible damage. Maximum possible damage typically involves playing relatively poorly as a group. Like, you play very well as an individual, like, rotationally, but you'll typically be, like, ignoring mechanics, not using CC appropriately, or not using your utility appropriately. There's obviously a couple of exceptions to that. You know, when it comes to, like, you know, very glass candy specs. But even then, you'll almost... If you want to get, like, the biggest possible number, like, you almost need your team to fuck up as well, so that you get, like, the perfect lineup for all of your cooldowns and all of your abilities, like, on the, you know, on a fight. It's like having, like, the... I'm much more interested in having a fast kill time. Or, well, actually, I don't even care about that. Fast clear time, I think, for, like, a full clear is kind of interesting. Or for a raid wing, but, like, individual bosses, I don't think are that exciting. I'm so glad that next balance match, Perma-Stealth Thief, is gone. What are your thoughts on that? I think that attempting to address it in World vs. World is a good idea, because, like, roaming... I mean, trying to balance roaming is very, very tricky, and definitely looking at Thief and Worldbend is probably for the best. I think that pushing Thief to kind of a more interactive place is always good. So, like, I expect that we'll see a lot of SD Thief in World vs. World, for example, which is a bit more interactive, is utilizing, you know, stealth significantly less. And it still focuses a lot on evasion and mobility. Like, sword is a very mobile weapon, obviously. And, you know, maybe you're playing, you know, you have acrobatics, perhaps. You have Daredevil, perhaps, that will allow you to evade and sustain a lot. But it's going to be much more interactive than previous Thief builds, which I think is a good idea. People aren't happy about the balance patch. Look, I'm going to be real. What are people saying? I feel like the balance patch is... not that impactful, to be honest. I feel like it affects the speedrunning scene quite a bit, but not really normal PvE. And I don't think it changes PvP that much. Couple of tweaks here and there. World versus World might be effective. You know, might be affected a fair bit, actually. I do like the sustain nerfs they made in World versus World. I do think that some people have been critical, and validly so, that a problem that World vs. World has is that damage is so high that one player can free farm as hard as they can. And believe me, dude, like, Hollowsmith does so much damage in World vs. World, it will just fucking obliterate you. Even now, you still die to a holo. Even in a 4 support meta, you've got 3 healers, 1 renegade for support, and then 1 DPS. You'll still die to that, even in this metagame. And that is a problem, like, you know, kind of this kind of intricate balance between how much damage you have and how much support you have, and whether, like, nerfing support will change the metagame, because, well, if you nerf support, that means you don't really need more damage, right? Like, will that necessarily change the metagame? I think not necessarily, but we'll have to see. Ceres LCM might be fun to see now, maybe. Look, I know this is actually going to be the most... This is actually old man yelling at the sky, but I hate to say it, unit killed Ceres CM. Okay, unit strat to me is so much less based than greens. It's not even funny. Like, it's a brilliant strat, and, you know, there's a reason why people use it. It is the best strategy for killing that boss, without a shadow of a doubt, in terms of ease of play, efficiency, and even DPS, right? You can get some crazy fast kills with that strategy. But, man, it's so much less engaging. Like, dude, greens made Ceres, man. Greens made Ceres, dude. And without greens, I've like Ceres is just so much less exciting. Guild Wars 2, OnlyFans style guild teapot, make it happen. I mean, look, all that would be is a bunch of people complaining that it's too hard and it can't be done and it's impossible. Okay, no, thank you. Dungeon speedrunning. Dungeon speedrunning is cool. I think that the dungeons themselves are a little bit, you know, they've been a bit power crept over the years and they're a little bit outdated, but yeah, I think all the technology is really interesting. I think you do see that in Fractals as well. People don't tend to do Fractal 4 runs as much, but I think actually all the tech in Fractal 4 runs is really fun. Pretty similar to dungeons. Had fun mowing Parish today? Why would you do that? Oh, man. Incredible. How long was it when ArenaNet halved the DPS and was a PB? 6 years? Oh, I don't recall the exact year, but it was in a February, right? Was the infamous CMC patch. Fractal DPS records. Oh yeah, I mean, all of the fractals of it is a bit degen, like killing a boss in 5 seconds. That's a little wacky. I'll agree with that. Insane. Okay, here we go. We're breaking out the DPS Scourge. Oh, wait, no need. We have a DPS. Incredible. The trouble is with Guild Wars 2 and... It's funny. Like, Guild Wars 2... is not a particularly good game for, like, streamer content. Because things are too easy to get. And also, the game isn't punishing enough as well. And those two factors are, like, really important in why OnlyFans is so great. Is because Classic WoW is very, very punishing. And things are non-trivial to do. Like, getting to max level takes a long time, and it's very, it's very easy to die, right? Like, getting gear, it's very easy to die in dungeons, and it's going to take you a long time. So you're exposed to risk over and over again. It's not even about, like, it's not about, like, oh, it's just time-consuming. It's more than that. Like, because of hardcore, you're exposed to risk all the time and very frequently. So there's, like, always potential for something to happen. Whereas that's not really the case in Guild Wars 2. You're very, very low risk almost all the time. You're not going to get punished, and things are easy to get. So you kind of have the opposite of how Classic WoW is in Guild Wars 2. So it just wouldn't really work. HC Guilds to be viable? Nah, too easy. There's no risk. It's too easy to not die. The game doesn't punish you enough for mistakes. I think what would be interesting is you could do, like, okay, you have to do every single raid and strike CM with no deaths. But that is actually not that bad. I'd be pretty confident I could do that now. If you have, like, 10 good people, like, 10 good players should be able to do that consistently. Yeah, absolutely. Guild Wars 2 on mode, gather everything yourself. Yeah, I mean, that would be interesting, but, the weird thing is about, like, self-found Guild Wars 2. Okay, there's actually oh, man. There's another issue with this, and I don't really want to talk about this, guys, because look, I just want to fucking stream, bro. I want to play World vs. World. I don't really want to, like, critique Guild Wars 2 game design today. Or, well, as it pertains to making streamer content. That wasn't really on my agenda. I just want to fucking play the fucking game, bro. But one of the interesting things about Guild Wars 2 farming is that you don't farm something specifically. So let's talk about why. Okay, I think the best example of this is Swampletics. You guys know Swampletics, right? The RuneScape series, the Iron Man in Mauritania by Settled. Why is that good? That is good because he has to use his creativity to find a way to get items in obscure ways. So, the one that really stuck out to me is, do you guys remember when he was going for the rune crossbow? Right? Because, normally I believe a rune crossbow would be a relatively trivial item to obtain for, an experienced RuneScape player. However, with this limitation, obtaining a rune crossbow was actually a real pain in the ass in order to accomplish his challenge, right? In order to accomplish this. And that made it really interesting because we had to see this problem solving and creativity on display. Now, one of the really interesting parts of Guild Wars 2's reward design is that everything drops from everything. Like, you don't farm specific mobs in Guild Wars 2 to get specific items. You farm everything and anything to get everything and anything. This means that a lot of what these YouTube series rely on, which is creativity and problem solving, doesn't exist within Guild Wars 2. Like, there is no problem solving in Guild Wars 2, like, in Guild Wars 2 rewards, basically, and therefore, like, you don't really have that potential to make that content. So that's why stuff like that doesn't really exist in Guild Wars. The concept of Guild Wars at launch was PvE mirroring PvE design, dungeon ads, counting like players are so fascinating. Dude, look, there's this amazing video actually from this tech conference they were at where they showed that okay, this was fucked up, man. They actually had code, and this probably even exists in the game in some weird, wacky form. They actually coded mobs that would dodge your attacks and like spread out so you couldn't AoE cleave them. But they actually cut that entirely from the game because people found it too difficult. Like, that would have been so cool. Let me see if I can... Wait, has someone got the video? Someone should link the video. Yeah. It was very, very interesting. Sounds more annoying than difficult. Well, I mean, ultimately, difficulty is kind of annoyance, right? Like, mobs interrupting you or CCing you or reacting to your abilities. I mean, I guess that is annoying, huh? But, I mean, it obviously would have increased the difficulty as well. It's funny. Some mobs do this, by the way. Okay. Oh my god. Do you know what's so interesting, guys? This is another place where you actually see Mike O'Brien's fingerprints on the game. So you guys know Ark, right? Like the Shadow Observatory boss. You know the ads he spawns in the intermission phase, like not the big ones, the little ones, like the little cultist guys. If you target them, I believe they evade, right? And you know what's really interesting? That's exactly how some mobs work in WoW too. Why? Because Mike O'Brien made both games. How interesting is that? How cool is that? And I remember this, actually. This was very relevant in Neltharion's Lair in Season 2 of Mythic Plus. Because you had these mobs, right? They were, they were fucking hideous. They were pelters, right? They were these like, trolls that threw rocks at you, basically. And if you wanted to keep them stacked in the group, you needed to not target them if you were a melee player. Because if you targeted them, they'd leap away from you, and they'd leap out of the stack when you were trying to do DPS. And yeah, this is very, and you, again, these games were made by these same people in a lot of ways, which is so fascinating, I think, just from like I guess a nerd perspective, because yeah, you see the fingerprint is on both games from the same dev. Although, to be fair, that wasn't actually that wasn't specifically Mike O'Brien who did that. It's just that the games actually work in kind of similar ways, actually. There's a lot of shared mechanics and actually shared design philosophies between WoW and Guild Wars 2. What's very interesting, and you guys might find this interesting, is that everything in Guild Wars 2 is a skill or a spell. Even dodging is, actually. And literally everything is in Guild Wars 2. Interestingly enough, that's exactly how WoW is designed too, by the way. Everything in that game is a spell, basically. They have actually similar design philosophies with like how to handle things going on in the world. My inventory, guys. We're in trouble. I don't know what to do. Do I really have 500 powerful venom sacks? That's crazy. Huge. A coding simplification? That's exactly what it is, yeah. Consume the luck. Huge. Vendor every item. I think some of this stuff can't even be vended. Moving away from AoEs being one of the points you brought up when Britafrost released. I don't know what the context of that would be, but maybe. I think they did say that... Well, Bitterfrost was weird, right? Because they said I mean, Bitterfrost was weird because it was unfinished, yeah? Like, they had this area, and they actually hyped it up. This is another really weird thing that happened, right? If you think about it. ArenaNet hyped up this area called the Bitter Cold in Bitterfrost Frontier. They were like, oh, yeah. There's going to be this, like, elite, highly rewarding area. Very challenging. You've got to make this elixir to even go there and farm. And they actually talked about it a fair bit. But then, for whatever reason, that just never really made it into the game. So everyone was like, oh shit, yo, let's go to the Bitter Cold. This is going to be epic, bro. This is going to be so cool. And then you actually go there, and it's like, there's literally nothing there. It's like completely barren. And so, the legend of Team 3 was born. Do you guys know the legend of Team 3? It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. Stupid elixir for no rewards. First message. First garf. Is there anything in this game you consider finished? I'd say Lowland Shore's pretty damn finished. That would be like a recent example, I suppose. You know, I was really hoping they'd update Janthir Sintry. Is it copium to think that maybe they'll add some more shit to Janthir Sintry in the next patch? Like maybe in the sulfurous area, like the sulfur area, where the Titans are? Because that's a real shame. It's a real shame that they weren't able to kind of, you know, finish the job on the second map of the expansion. RuneScape a lot. RS3OS. Are they always going to play? I think I'd play OSRS for sure. I think the community there is really fun. I'm not sure if the game is really for me, though. Like, for me, RuneScape is more of a spectator sport rather than a participating one, because I don't really like ultra-long vertical progression. That's not really my bag. I'm not really a number go up kind of guy. I miss Underworld, Fissure Woe, Urgos, Deep DOA. I thought they would do something like that when they teased with a new type of endgame content a while ago. I really feel that's kind of what Fractals could have been. Kind of having that kind of speedrun element baked into it. I do say, though, I would love to see Guild Wars 1 unironically get new content. Maybe if Guild Wars 3 pops off and ArenaNet do really well, they'd actually consider, like, remastering and even, like, restarting development on the game. Like, I'm a big Guild Wars 1 enjoyer. I really think that game could do well, to be honest. Like, in the same way that, obviously, like, classic MMOs, like classic WoW and old school RuneScape have been doing really well, I actually think Guild Wars 1 could do well, 100%. Like, it could absolutely kind of have its niche within the MMO space and actually, like, have an audience, for sure. If it just got, you know, continued development. Just, like, add more PvE content to the game. Keep doing Winds of Change, basically. And you know what's really funny? I think they could do it in a really interesting way, by the way. In a similar way to Season of Discovery. And let me tell you what Season of Discovery is. Season of Discovery is basically like Blizzard's classic, you know, basically OSRS, like Classic Plus. And they took a really interesting approach to expanding the lore and expanding the story. They basically, they said, the stories we're going to tell you here, it's all the things that the player character missed the first time around that was kind of going on in the background. And that's actually really cool. I feel like they could do that with Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2. And they kind of did, by the way. You could argue that, I mean, well, I guess not really like that. But, you know, Winds of Change absolutely was, set in some sense, setting up things that happen in Guild Wars 2. Of like that one in particular, actually. Like, hell, you even have kind of an early version of Mesmer, right, showing up as kind of like the final boss of Winds of Change. That's true, actually, with them. That is true, actually, with the mission packs. That is 100% true. They did do that. Yeah, like, when you could go back and kind of experience, you know, the story of Gwen, the story of Turai, and so on. Yeah, they did do this. That's a good point. And I felt they could continue to do that with Guild Wars 1 and link it to Guild Wars 2. Yeah. Yeah. Whole new gear sets you had to collect, Ravach, basically turning it into retail. The thing is that I think that's a really weird thing to say because that's literally how Classic is. You do Molten Core, and then you do Blackwing Lair, new gear set. You do Blackwing Lair, then you do AQ. You do AQ, and then you do Nax. And then Nax is, like, infinitely better than everything else. And it is true that you won't replace items from early on immediately, but the only reason that's the case is because they don't drop. And you only get like 2 items per boss, right? I used the Onyxia Tooth neck for all of vanilla, but that's only because I never got the Kel'Thuzad neck, and the other necks that were kind of like DPS/tank DPS necks were prioritized onto the DPS warriors, and we just didn't see enough of them because we didn't do split raiding. If we'd done split raiding, then I would have replaced all of my items basically every raid. So this is a very, yeah, I know what you're saying, but we're not seeing the whole picture here. Good for a long time, though. Yeah. But, you know, that... kind of. And I think SOD did get a bit carried away with the vertical prog. But hey, like, I think the BFD items were definitely pretty good into Gnomeregan, right? Like, you could definitely use them. You'd obviously eventually replace them. But SOD was different because you weren't just doing verticality at max level, right? I think we have to be fair here, right? You were doing verticality and leveling at the same time, right? We were doing a raid at level 25 with a full set of gear, then a raid at level 40 again, then a raid at level 50, and now we're at level 60, right? So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you want to have good items in this content, then yeah, you're going to replace them. Killed world leveling, the best part of Classic WoW. I mean, yeah, that specifically happened in Phase 3. Incursions were a mistake. I imagine they have probably addressed that a fair bit, but yeah, incursions were not good. And, you know what? Let me actually say this. No, the player base killed world leveling, okay? That player base killed world leveling. Let's be fucking real here. What do you see when you're leveling in vanilla WoW? Are you seeing, hey guys, let's go and do some quests? No. You're seeing, let's do spell cleave, bro. Ooh, let me use my RMT gold to buy a boost from this mage who's soloing the dungeon for me, right? Like, that is what you see in vanilla WoW, right? Like, yeah, let's be real here. Sunken Temple killed me emotionally. I mean, I think Sunken Temple was a fantastic raid, actually. Unless you're talking about, like, the fact that they nerfed it. I think the nerfs were a mega feels bad man, actually. When they did that. But I think the raid was actually really interesting. It was like a proper classic WoW raid. It made me very excited for Classic Plus. I wasn't happy when they nerfed it, but I understand that it was a little bit too challenging for a lot of the player base, and that's fair. The time token comes, people think they need to level fast. Yeah, and you, I mean, well, I mean, I feel like SOD's been going on for a long ass time. But I mean, that's kind of the element of, like, the, you know, they're trying to push a lot of content. Classic gear is way more unique in a way than retail. Kind of. It depends the way you look at it. I would say that's true, but it's actually... Okay, the reason why it feels that way, I feel like a big part of it is scarcity. Do you want to know what the gear looked like in my raid at Nax? Every warrior had the AQ-40 set. Every warrior had, like, the same weapons. Every healer had, like, the same fucking tier set. Every fucking tank was also dressed up the same way, right? Like, you know, it's... The reason why why classic WoW gearing feels really kind of zany and wacky is because of scarcity. It's because you don't actually have the opportunity to actually get to BIS. Like, getting to BIS is a kind of a pie in the sky for most players, unless you're playing a lot for a very long time, or even, like, doing split raids, right? To kind of, like, multiply the amount of items you're getting. I do agree that it feels that way, but I actually think in some ways, the itemization is actually not really the important factor. It's that you have no choice but to settle for a kind of weird, wacky item, because getting the actual best-in-slot item is unrealistic a lot of the time. Whereas in retail, that's not the case. It's very realistic to get your BIS item basically all the time, right? So, to be clear... I agree with you, but I don't think it's the itemization. I actually think it's the scarcity of those items within the context of a raid. Does that make any sense? Continued content. I was like, OSRs? Oh, absolutely, yeah. I think Blizzard will kind of go hard on it. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how they handle this, because, again, like, an issue that I see here is exactly what Not Savage is talking about here. I'm worried that Blizzard will actually cook too much. I think Blizzard are going to say, hey, Classic WoW fans, we're going to do you guys a new raid every 6 months. And that, I know this sounds weird, but I almost feel like that's too much content for a classic MMO. Because they're going to add so much and keep doing it. Yeah, have a new map, have a new raid, have a new PvP zone, right? Like, have a new quest line to do. I'm actually worried they'll overcook, and it will be too fast for people, and people will go, this feels like retail. I think that a feature of classic MMOs is that they don't get a lot of content. I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like that's correct. I think. PV focus power creeps the game too much. Look, I would love to see polling information on this, actually. But... when the game launched, and used it very few months. Yeah, but the thing is, people weren't obsessed with endgame back then. Like, the culture's changed. I agree with you, back then, nobody cared. Because, dude, I played vanilla on launch. I wasn't like, ah! Guys! My mage doesn't have BIS! Ah! Dude, I was farming turtles in the hinterlands, like ganking a dwarf hunter, right? Like that was my gameplay there. But that's obviously not the case now. Now people are like, oh, I don't have best in slot. I'm simming 8 DPS below optimal. Ah! So, you know, you have to design your game around that. You have to. You can't just ignore the way people engage with your game. So yeah, I know, it's just a different, different situation, right? Oh yeah, I haven't got my Myth Spy Masters. Oh, the game's unplayable. Oh, yeah. Daler, okay, this is actually based, by the way. This is one for the WoW retail Andes out there. Shout out to Aches, who cleared Mythic Ansarek Hall of Fame with Champion Spy Masters, because he got fucked so hard by RNG, it just didn't exist. You love to see it. Yo! Enjoy it. Wait, DM? Wait, what do we got here? Two Spy Masters. I think we saw 2 Myth. We got 2 on Myth. That's the where we managed to M+ Cabal it for Melvin. Wait, does he not have the new ring? Oh man, that's actually so based. Holy shit. He should probably get that for next tier though, actually. Because, I mean, it's good even into, like, Heroic, I think, so... Probably worth picking up. This sounds like a really weird meme. I honestly think that the best version of Classic Plus might be seasonal. Because... when I think of, like, what makes Classic WoW great, it's not the end game. It's kind of beating the game for the first time. And maybe doing something differently next time, or like, changing the different experience. I think that it should be seasonal. I'm not sure if they should, I think they should just do fresh servers constantly. As opposed to, just adding more to an infinite game. Really? Seasonal slop? Dude, seasonal is not slop. Fuck you. Dude, seasonal is not slop, man. Well, okay, how do you add content? How do you add content to, well, okay, let's see. Oh no. OSRS style? Well, the problem is that OSRS has mega slow progression. Like, it takes about, you know, 200 hours for an average player to get max level in Classic. It's, if I had to guess, I'd say it's what, 2,000? Honestly, probably more, no? To max a RuneScape account? How long does that take? Someone just tell me. Is it like 3K hours, 4K hours? It's probably a big number, no? To actually max a RuneScape account? And, look, this is the way you gotta think about it. Like, the reason... 3K hours on average. Okay, yeah. So that's like 15 times as long. And this is a big advantage. So, here we've got the paint. Like, here is the leveling line, guys. Okay, this is OSRS. And this is basically Classic WoW. These are not quite proportional, but you get the idea. The reason why OSRS's model is like mega effective is because they've got 3,000 hours where they can go, ooh, let's add something here. Ooh, let's add something here. Ooh, let's add something here. Ooh, let's add something here, right? Like this. They can keep adding stuff here, yeah? And by the way, this is really big because nobody gets here, right? Nobody gets here, statistically, right? Whereas in WoW, because the progression is actually kind of fast, relatively speaking, let's say it's about 200 hours to get here, not only do they have less spaces to kind of add stuff in between on the journey in content updates, more people end up here. And that is a big problem. A really big problem. Because, why? I'll tell you. It's because now they care about endgame. And that means they have to keep adding stuff. They have to lengthen the arrow, right? This is retail. This is retail WoW, right? And lengthening the arrow feels bad. Because that's the whole gear treadmill thing, right? Like, why do people not call RuneScape a gear treadmill? Even though it's a much slower game? I'll tell you. Because the end doesn't move, right? The end of the game is the end of the game and always has been, right? And this is a very big psychological thing, right? Like, this is a big psychological thing. The goalposts never shift. And that is obviously not gonna sit well with people when it does. And that's the problem that people have with retail WoW, is that they go, okay, well, here's another bit of arrow for you to walk along. Here's another bit of arrow for you to walk along. Here's another bit of arrow for you to walk along, right? And that, I'm sure that does happen to an extent in RuneScape. I'm sure they add like a new weapon that's like super powerful and holy shit, this is the new Biss. I'm replacing my sword with this like super sick sword from this new quest. But, again, they don't need to do that. They don't need to have this focus on endgame because nobody's fucking here, right? Everyone is here on RuneScape, right? They're either all the way at the start, maybe you're getting like level 50 on your skills, all the way through to, you know, the high 90s and eventually 99s. Like, this is where people sit, right? People don't max out this game very frequently. Well, okay, hang on. Whoa. No, let's be real here. OSRS is mega vertical, okay? Like, what's the power level between Bronze Dagger and, like, Biss Dagger in the game? It's mega vertical, right? The verticality is not the issue. Like, Guild Wars, like, RuneScape progression is omega vertical. It's just that it's very, very slow, and it doesn't really move, right? It doesn't really move on from that point, right, either. Verticality, I mean, year over year. Yeah, but, okay, no, I think we need to be very precise with what you mean. You need to be very precise with what we're saying, because that isn't what vertical progression means. Vertical progression means the number goes up. OSRS, in my opinion, is a very vertically progressive game. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way, I'm just describing it. Like, but what they don't do is they don't increase that level of vertical progression. But it is a very vertical game. Right? Like, level 1 Bronze Dagger is nowhere near as powerful as, let's say, a Dragon Dagger. I haven't played OSRS for a while. I don't know what, like, the best dagger in the game is, right? Or, you know, the best... I know people use the blowpipe, right? You get the blowpipe and you can kill the snake with it, right? That's big. You know, that's actually very, very big. But it's a very vertical game. But again, the end point stays in the same spot, more or less. That is not the case with WoW. And this is what worries me about Classic Plus. Because WoW, people get to that endpoint, you will get to max level, you will get to the raids, to the endgame. They are in this weird situation where they have to keep adding more arrows. And it's also Blizzard. They add a shit ton of content to their games. They really, really, really do. Yeah. And that means that I actually have big concerns about them adding too much content to WoW. Which could end up kind of alienating the audience. Basically, what I'm worried about is I'm worried about them making retail again. Yeah? Like, I'm worried about that. I'm worried about them making retail. Yeah. becomes item only. No. Yeah, but that's my point, right? That's my point. That's exactly my point. What I'm saying is that because of how long it takes to kind of max your account in RuneScape, they don't need to move the goalposts. Whereas in WoW, it doesn't actually take that long. And that means they have to keep extending the arrow, yeah? And this is one of the reasons why people don't, why people who don't like retail don't like retail. Because, gamers, The War Within has been out for 6 months? Less than 6 months, actually. And, guys, yeah, they're dropping another raid. Yeah. Yeah. They're dropping another raid, guys. It's been 6 months. I think only just over 1,000 guilds have even cleared it on Mythic. And they're doing another one. Do you see what I mean? The arrow's going up already. And this is one of the reasons why people don't like it. Or why some people don't like it. Obviously, some people like that. Some people like the seasonal part of the game. But other people really don't like that. I think that's absolutely fair. I think it's a valid reason to not like retail World of Warcraft and to prefer a game that is more like classic WoW or old school RuneScape. Tiny minority. Yeah, I was illustrating the fact that not many people have got to the top level of progression, right? This is actually one of the reasons why Asmongold says he doesn't like WoW. It's because kind of getting to that BIS point is less realistic for him now because he isn't a Mythic Raider anymore and he doesn't have the time to invest or the time or inclination to engage in Mythic Raiding. And I think that opinion is actually one that resonates with a lot of people. Is that they feel like getting to the end point, they feel like getting to here isn't realistic in the time frame that they have. Right, or like with, you know, with the inclination that they have. Which, by the way, I think is a valid criticism of the game. Yeah, getting full best in slot is not realistic for anyone outside of a very small minority of players in retail World of Warcraft. That is a valid criticism of the game. Whereas in old school RuneScape, getting to full BIS... It's realistic. It's unrealistic, but in a different way, right? Like, if you keep playing, you'll get there eventually. But if you keep doing it in retail WoW, you'll never get there. Like, you're chasing a moving target in retail, but you're running towards a very distant target in old school RuneScape, but it's not moving. It's standing there and it's waiting for you. And I think that those two things are fundamentally different progression experiences. They are not the same. Does that make any sense? It's actually, WoW remove more content than they add. Well, I mean, they remove the same amount of content as they add, to be fair. Because they just replace what's there with what's new. It's irrelevant outside of transmog, though. That is a really weird thing to say, actually, because, look, we're playing Fashion Wars 2. Is that OSRS is Zaist and WoW dies of cringe? Well, what I'm getting at here is that I think this idea of Classic Plus actually has some really hard design decisions to overcome. Really hard design decisions. Yeah. Why is it wrong for a version to exist for people who do like Vertical Rogue and new content? Oh, because I feel like that isn't classic WoW. Is it? I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think about why people like Classic and what makes Classic different from retail, basically. And I'm concerned about blurring that line. I don't think anything they could do would cater with that with modern audiences. I think it's very difficult to do while actually adding stuff to the end game. I think the end game is the problem, right? If they add new leveling and new quests before level 60, then I think that makes sense. I can get that. But adding stuff to the end game, I think is actually very troublesome. Because then you've made retail. Like, you've made retail WoW, right? And the other really big problem is that if you add stuff in between, that fucks up the leveling experience. Because there's only so many quests you can do before you out-level them, right? So, how do we handle that? Do we actually slow leveling down so that you can experience the new content? Or that you... So it's kind of like a key part of the leveling experience? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. How do we make that work within the context of Classic WoW? Maxed out gear after 3 months of raiding, then 1 patch later my gear was trash. Fuck that. Guild Wars 2 for life. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, that's the way it is, I guess. It's definitely a very different experience for sure. I don't really mind it because the content is really good and I like new content and, you know. Look, this is the way that I look at it, Neslin. Like, and this is why I don't like vertical progression. This is why it doesn't really bother me in WoW. It's like, oh, I have to get new gear by playing content that I really enjoy. Oh my god, the abject horror. Blizzard, why? Why would you do this to me? You're making really fun content that I've got to play to get gear? No! It's like, well, you know, okay. I don't think I'm that upset about that. It's not that much of a big deal for me, I guess. Emma without levels. Like, based. Yeah, it's called EVE Online, bitch. Holy shit. Good game. Yeah. Like, by the way, look, here's my radical MMO take. Leveling is dumb. I'm gonna say it, guys. Leveling is Papega. It is a weird concept that, to be honest, doesn't even make that much sense in how you play modern games. That's the reality, guys. But it would be fun to think what that would look like. Wrath is closer to retail than it is to Classic. That's why people keep playing, do I agree with that? I don't think I agree with that, but I know what you mean. So I'm not gonna... I know what you mean, and I'm gonna translate it for you. I think that even by Burning Crusade, a lot of vanilla, specifically vanilla, had been lost a little bit. Specifically dungeon design and itemization design and, like, loot design. Like, those things are true. Like, the standardization of itemization had begun in Burning Crusade. Dungeons became much more linear and much more, like, a big feature of Burning Crusade dungeons that I would say is very notable is that the exit would drop you at the start again, a lot of the time, right? For example, I remember really noticing this, when I was playing stuff like the Underbog, right? In BC. You do the dungeon, and then the exit is right next to the entrance. So you just drop out, right? The dungeon is a lot more linear than other dungeons. It doesn't have, like, weird pathing. It's not incredibly long and twisting and winding with optional bosses there. It's a much more curated experience. And what I think was very specific to exactly vanilla WoW is that it wasn't that. There were, like, dead ends in dungeons. There are places that don't do anything and just don't go anywhere. There are items that are totally useless. There are optional bosses and massive sprawling layouts, right? Does that make any sense? And yeah, that had already started to go away in TBC. In Burning Crusade, quests became localized and focused around hubs that would then move you on to the next one, instead of Vanilla's quest design, which was incredibly sprawling, sending you all over the world. Now, to be clear, actually, BC does still have some of that, and, you know, the BC defenders or the BC enjoyers are going to point that out, but I'll point it out for them, because Burning Crusade is actually really fun. It definitely does still have that kind of classic aesthetic to it. And I would certainly agree that Wrath is where it really started to move towards what we would now consider retail WoW design. But Burning Crusade absolutely did away with many of the very specifically vanilla-esque design choices within the game. Yeah. But about Fresh Wrath of the Lich King. To be fair, I think Wrath was actually pretty popular. I think people did like Fresh Wrath. To be fair, I think people did like that. I think a lot of people played it. But yeah, like, okay, but look, let's just get the actual point here. There is a reason why people play old school RuneScape. There is a reason why people play classic WoW. It's because those games just don't really have alternatives. There is no other version of WoW that's like vanilla, and there's no other game like old school RuneScape. Retail is an instant simulator. Well, it's an instant simulator if you're a multiplayer player. This is what's so fascinating to me about Retail WoW. Retail WoW says, well, everything in the open world is very explicitly solo content. Like, very explicitly so. And everything multiplayer, that is all instanced, right? Like, there's this really big divide between these two types of content, and they, like, really mark that very strongly with how they design it. Like, if you're a solo player, there's just a shit ton to do in the open world, right? Like, but not really if you like group content. Watched Day9 play The War Within. It was really interesting. Okay, I think I saw some clips of this, and look, I think he's actually right about a lot of what he said, but this is very important to note as well. I think a lot of players who try an MMO after playing one previously suffer from second MMO syndrome. When you play an MMO for the first time without having played one before, you're just thinking, holy shit, this is awesome. I summoned a giant meteor. This is epic. You aren't thinking, oh my god, I don't understand any of this. I don't know what's going on. Guys, I don't understand the story. Guys, I don't know how gearing works. Why is it telling me to use this ability? I don't know what's going on there. Like, I just think that's not really the mentality. And I think a lot of people who have played an MMO and know that they don't know things have a very different experience compared to people who don't know that they don't know anything about the game. And that's a really hard thing to recapture. In fact, I think it's impossible. Like, you can't just, like, unknow what you know about games. But I think this is an experience that a lot of people have, especially when trying a game for the first time, is they go, oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing, and they go, and that kind of, like, ruins their enjoyment of the game. And I know, look, I hate to say this, but I think you do have to kind of let go of that. Like, you have to be okay with not... If you're going to try a new game, if you're going to try a new MMO in particular, you have to be okay with realizing that you suck. And realizing that you don't understand anything. Because that's something that you're gonna have. And you're gonna go, whoa, it didn't feel like this when I played my first MMO. Of course it didn't. You didn't know how bad you are when you started playing, right? You had no idea about that. Like, if a really key skill in learning a new game is understanding and accepting that you're bad and you know nothing. And being okay with that. But yeah. Having a good time. Oh, that's interesting. I guess I didn't see that. I only saw the part when he... Oh, I didn't see him play the... Oh, no. Because I am conflating this. I only saw him play Dragonflight, and he was like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, I guess it is way better now, isn't it? Because it dumps you in Dragonflight instead of BFA. And that makes... That's way less of a bumpy ride, actually. Yeah. That's way less of a bumpy ride compared to it, like, throwing you in the jail cell with Flynn immediately. It's actually kind of funny that no current day MMO seems to have to capture the energy of Classic. I think old school RuneScape is a contender. But yeah, Classic is definitely a special beast because I think it just has so much... it has... Look, I think a big part of it is just there's so much content creation energy around it. To be honest. It's like a mega content creator game. Same as old school RuneScape, I think, but even more so. That, like, really catapults it into, like, energy. But I will say this. Dude, the energy that retail has around... Honestly... Not so... People actually don't have energy for M+ that much. People go, fuck this minigame dog shit. Like, you know, the great push is really hype, but I really am aware that it's mostly hype for more people like me, I guess, and people who are really into this minigame in the game, rather than, like, the broad WoW audience. But, dude, the energy in the Race to Worlds First is insane. It is incredible. It's pure electricity. I love it. Yes. Incredible. Spam main story and dungeons. BFA level is way more fun than Dragonflight. The thing is, I actually really did enjoy BFA leveling. But I mean, I don't know. I think yeah, I guess the Dragonflight story is maybe not quite as cool, but I did kind of like it. It was pretty good. But yeah, BFA's story was so good, actually. I was impressed. Because the thing is, everyone told me that BFA is dog shit. Then I play it, I'm like, wow, this is actually really good. But hey, look. Island Expeditions were too much. Azerite Power was too much. Incredible. I know Sony players use it in retail, but I can't see what the appeal is given the difficulty of it. Because the RP is pretty good, to be honest, I feel like. Insane. Giga Cliffs, indeed. I'll be rooting for NA. Didn't NA attempt tower strike? They did, yes, but they actually got knocked out of the tower by Gingy, so it didn't work. They were denied the tower strat. Why is Guild Wars 2 doing so bad on Twitch? Because pretty much every content creator who streams and makes content for the game is moving away from the game. That is why. And also the game and community doesn't really work that well for content creation. And there and there with the Prime. 11 billion years. Love to see that. But listen, guys, I'll prop up the Guild Wars 2 Twitch scene this year, but after that, you guys have got Lara, okay? Lara will be your savior, and then you're gonna have to replace me, I guess. Moment of silence for Fandy. Yeah, Fandy was so fucking unlucky, actually. Holy shit. Oh, man. That's funny. But they maybe should have banished they should have banished a Firewalker, I guess. They could have prevented that from happening. Yeah. Why are all the content creators quitting? Because, I mean, the game doesn't release enough content, really, and, you know, there just isn't big enough community, really, for it. And also, I'll tell you what, Smile Fun, people don't support content creators in the Guild Wars 2 scene. That's actually a really big factor, by the way. People don't, people are not very supportive of content creators. And ultimately, you know, if you want a content creation scene, look, no bullshit. It needs to be sustainable, and that means people need to make money off it. If people don't make money off it, then you aren't going to have, like, very dedicated people, because they simply don't have the time to dedicate to that. Because, I mean, look, I mean, you got to eat, right? And because the Guild Wars 2 community doesn't really support creators that much, I mean, yeah, is what it is. Yeah. Fully into WoW? Pretty much, yeah. Orlando hate watching clips is so funny. It is extremely funny, yeah. There's some actual hate watching going on. Love to see that. He'll get a world record. It's very interesting that you fixate on that, Jester. You're talking about the beautiful wife % speedrun of Sid Meier's Pirates. Once again, Jester self-reporting. This guy just does not stop, dude. He just does not stop. WoW tank tier list. Man, I really want to do... I need to do, like, a WoW patch note review. The trouble is, guys... Okay, look. I have bad news, guys. I am bound by an ethical framework, guys. Let's be a pretentious fool here for a moment. Like, I'm still not at the level... I'm not at the level where I feel confident to actually give my opinions on WoW, because I just don't think I'm informed enough. I need to, like, I need to know more and understand the game even better. I also just want some kind of history behind me. I want to have, like, historical context so I can discuss issues better. I just don't really feel like I'd be very happy with a lot of my videos or takes on WoW, honestly, from, like, a news coverage perspective, because I just think I don't have the expertise to actually do that in a good way. And I don't like doing that. I do not like it. What, with Max? Oh, yeah. I think he said he wanted to actually have a chat about this raid. But I'm not sure if we ever really got that sorted out. I can maybe give him a ping on Discord or something. He's probably pretty busy, though, right now, because obviously they're going to be preparing for the Race to Worlds first. Huge. Uh, 14. No, I think I would like to at some point though, because you know, I know Lara plays that game and it'll be fun to go hang out, and Nico plays as well. He's in like a top performing, world first competing Weeaboo warrior team. Very cool. When you're doing an OnlyFans raid, I'll try and get in. I need a bit more gear, to be honest, and I'm not gonna lie, I need consumes too. I'm honestly terrified. Look, guys, I'm gonna say this. Let's start some fucking drama. Let's call up ZNN. After watching multiple deaths happen with flasks, full world buffs, I'm fucking scared, bro. Like, whoa. I'm scared. I don't want to die. I don't want to die, bro. Like, I was not expecting deaths there. It was way fucking more scuffed than I was expecting it to be. I thought it was like, dude, look, I said it on stream, I said it in my Discord. I said, I really don't think people are going to die. Like, they're so well prepared. They've got full consumes, full world buffs, right? Like, surely there's no way, right? And then, like, 6 deaths? Holy shit. Okay. Oh, boy. That's something. Did you play PP Arena or WoW? No, I haven't really PP'd in that game. But I'd probably do so at some point. Insane. Till the potty C. I mean, that's when I've truly infiltrated the WoW community. We get in there. We take over their podcasts. Make your own raid, ask for KP. I mean, honestly, like, if I you know, actually get to know people in the guild, I'd love to raid lead for them, obviously. That'd be fun. But I'm a nobody Andy, unfortunately, so that might be a little bit difficult. Pika, Zarya, and Annie didn't use Thunder Armor the entire raid to tanks had Z aggro. That is so fucking based, holy shit. Like, imagine playing Warrior in Classic and not Sundering first Global. That, look, honestly, I respect it. That's actually based. Holy shit. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe to be fair, like, other warriors got to it first. There's, like, not much point if, you know, you don't have rage at the start of the pool, maybe, and, like, the other warriors get Sunder first. Yes. But that is pretty sus, to be honest. Like, not even a single Sunder. And Annie's playing on controller, okay? Look, maybe it's annoying to do that. No demo shout? Oh, bro, what is going? That's cooked. What is going on, bro? Tanks do tank shit? I'm not gonna lie, it shouldn't be the tank pressing demo shout, realistically. The tank needs, like, every global for getting threat, right? Like, usually you have one warrior, one of the DPS with improved demo shout that's assigned to use it. Same with battle shout, obviously, and then also with thunderclap. Why is Classic so popular? Because it's fun. And it has a very vibrant community. Right, it's a very social game, very vibrant community, really alive Twitch scene, and the game's fun. Hey, Yama, what's going on? What do you think of the thief changes? I guess you maybe don't care that much, although I've been seeing, I have been seeing you play some Deadeye. Guess that's maybe not so good, but you're also an SD enjoyer, so that's good news for you. Is your team for the Wing 8 LCM full? I have seen your DM. I will reply to it, Araki. I'm interested that we can maybe cook something. I'm interested in a little cooking, perhaps. There's no team. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I haven't really been playing that much, Araki. And to be honest, a lot of the people I usually play with haven't either, but I'm sure we can maybe cook something if you want to. Yeah. But I will explain the situation. Yeah. PD's full dead, if you haven't heard. How dead is full dead? Like, I mean, like, is Subi still playing? Like, what happened? Is Mela quickly getting... I haven't seen Mela play, actually, so... We're disbanding. Well, it feels pretty fucking bad. Parfaz with Mastro. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah. I think OnlyFans will dismount for Nax. I think the end goal is Blackwing Lair. I don't think that's realistic. That's a good goal to have, I think. Lost 1 member in 2 trials. So down to 7 people. Interesting. We couldn't fill raids with 9, when would to fill with 7? I mean, I suppose that is quite likely. Zara wants to do Nax, a different project. Yeah, I think, I mean, Nax is like a very long way off. And like, obviously, I've been down to play Nax, but I think with OnlyFans, that's a very, very long-term project, and people are going to die a lot before then. And I think you'll struggle to have people who have, like, gear. Because you need, if you want to do hardcore Nax, you need fucking gear, bro. And also, if you're doing Nax, you're doing it very slowly. Like, you're going to be doing, like, weeks of probably not clearing that many of the bosses and just farming gear in the easier bosses of Nax before you even start thinking about doing the harder bosses in Nax. Incredible. Guild fan isn't helping. Yeah, it makes it a lot harder. It makes it a lot harder to do with consumables, for sure. When Mela isn't playing, that's something. Listen, guys, the last player who's logged into Guild Wars 2 will be Boyce. Like, that's just a fact. Like, when Boyce logs out of the game is actually dead. Like, but not a moment before that. Not Grim. No, I feel like Grim would actually quit before Boyce would. He would also be a contender though, for sure. Like, Grim is a contender for last player to be logged into the game. Oh man. Log in. I'm gonna res this guy. There we go. Dude, I'm logging on way too late, man. Like, there's nothing fucking going on, bro. It's like 1 a.m., I guess. The raid tournament? Dude, look. I'm actually really worried about the raid tournament because I really want to do like a full try-hard raid tournament, but I'm just not sure if I'll be able to convince teams into playing. Because the thing is, look, I'm actually look, let's be empathetic here. Raid tournaments are actually insanely fucked up to practice for. Like, it's obviously really, really hard, and nobody's making any money off this. In fact, you're losing it almost certainly in terms of like hours invested, because you know we can't do a race to worlds first and do like giga sponsorships or anything like that and like offer $100,000 prize or anything crazy. So people are losing money doing this, and it's really fucking hard. And I don't know, it's tough. It's actually a real shame though, because I really want to do one, but I'm just not sure how realistic it's going to be to do that. Dude, yeah, dude, that's going to be a sad day, man. When Boyce's stream, he streams for 8 hours and he gets 2 games. Like, each game takes 4 hours to get into. That's going to be fucking pain, bro. Gonna shed a manly tear for that one. Oh, this is bad, isn't it? It's bad that we're encumbered. Every player buys 9 alt accounts and is forced to solo. I mean, yeah, that could be it. I want to start a fresh new account. What class do you recommend? I'd play like Necro or Rev or Guardian. Be really good, I'd say. Or Mesmer. Actually, there's kind of a lot of ones. Necro's really good. Mesmer's really good. Rev is really good. Guardian's really good. Like, that shit, boom. Easy new account. Raid Shake Up with 22 teams. Look, that wasn't even the best one. Like, I was so happy for Hardstuck Conquest League. Oh man, this one was so good. Hardstuck Conquest League was so based, guys. Oh my god, it was so based. Look at this. Oh, wait. Wait, no, this is not even the base one. No, this is the shit one. That's Hardstuck Conquest League 3. That one is dog shit. This is the good one. Yo! 45 teams for structured PvP? Yo! Oh, man, that was so good. International Worms. Please don't cast us. Oh, no. I'm being dragon hunted. I'm not sure if this guy can kill me. He's playing some kind of burn DH. Oh no. There's 3 players here. I'm not sure we can live 3 players. That's going to be a bit rough. Maybe the guard can keep me safe. Imagine if the guard wins somehow. Like, somehow we live this scenario. The burns are stacking, actually. Okay. Dude, maybe this build's OP. Holy shit. Wait, another player? That's giga illegal, dude. This is like mega illegal now. This isn't fair. I don't like this. Hold on. Oh? Okay. I feel like there's gotta be a YouTube series in here somewhere, right? Like Minstrel Scourge Adventures. Oh, hang on! Dude! Reinforcements have arrived. Let's fucking go! Oh, kill him! Oh, he's gonna die! He's actually gonna die, bro! Oh, what the fuck is this? Kill him! Ah! What are you doing? No! What is this? Whoa! You can't be serious! 1v4! What is this? This is a certified world versus world moment, guys. Okay, here we go. Oh, yes, run in terror. Run away. Do it. Oh, there's the emote. There's 7 of them. They're scared. They're fucking scared, dude. They're legit scared right now. What is this? Oh, they're gonna kill my Mesmer. There's too many of them. We need more reinforcements. Chrono pump. No, this is way too many. No. No. Oh, I'm immobilized. Oh, no. I mean, look, it was still based. Oh, unfortunate. We didn't get enough reinforcements. Look, the fact that we... I mean, that was still pretty funny. It was still pretty good. That's crazy. All right, look, guys, people underestimate the Scourge, you know? They underestimate it. They go, ah, yes. Easy kill. They are fools. They're fools, guys, to make that tragic mistake. How much life do you think Guild Wars 2 has left in it? I mean, you need to clarify the question. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, do you think, like, how long will the game be online for? Like, what are you asking me? Because I think the simple answer is that Guild Wars 2 is not shutting down anytime soon. I reckon that before we start to see any kind of, like, sunsetting of this game, it will be, like, at the absolute minimum, like, another 5 years. But I'd expect, honestly, like, longer than that. Yeah. Going for some Murga content? Yeah, I mean, I guess we were. We were popping off there. Some epic roaming there. Bullying Peepos live on stream. Look, it's why World vs. World is good content, man. Like, you're not gonna... Like, you just don't get that in PvP. You don't get a PvP in structured PvP, guys. You will never be in a situation where 4 people will try to kill you on support and they die, right? That's just not gonna happen. Oh man, it's funny. Yeah. Roaming God. But what if instead of doing roaming God, you just troll people on minstrel builds and see if they die? Yeah. What do you go to the barber? I mean, whenever I feel like it. Incredible. They're probably crying right now. I mean, they're probably writing a post to nerf Scourge on the forums currently. I'm just here for the memes anyway. I think we're all here for the memes. We're all here for the memes. Magrest. Wait, can we get... Wait, hold... Let me actually quickly address this. I've just realized that we've made a major mistake. We've actually made a very major mistake here, guys. There we go.
Yeah, modifier increases to Dragon Hunter. It's about 5%. I've been told I can't say their name. Magrest, anyways. So yeah, modifier increases to Dragon Hunter. It's about 5% on Adept and then 5% on the GM.
Wait, is this?
Hopefully bring it up in line with some of those other...
Okay. Am I crazy in saying, though, that the other clip is superior? Because it was so out of the blue and just... It just dropped. He just dropped that at the end of the stream.
And a lot of... In alphabetical order, and we didn't do that, so I'm sorry. But... Upbeat.
Okay. Thank you for that. Very enriching interaction. Taylor, anything you'd like to say before we end?
Magrest.
Well, everyone, thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day. And until next time.
What are you guys eating for lunch?
We'll see you in a bit.
Wait, actually, wait. Hang on a minute. Wait, I want to see the chat. Wait, what did they say? What did they say during the chat?
Just fear nerfs.
Let's see.
Dragon Hunter changes?
Dragon Hunter, which I know a certain person very excited for this. I've been told I can't say their name. Magrest, anyways. So yeah, modifier increases to Dragon Hunter. It's about 5% on Adept and then 5% on the GMs. Hopefully bring it up in line with some of those other bursty builds.
I like how nobody's even questioning it. Wait, no, does anyone actually remark on it like a little bit afterwards?
5% on the GMs. Hopefully bring it up in line with some of those other bursty builds.
Who's favorite build?
Shadowstone. Changing Shatterstone. So how can we have both? We were buffing Firebrand in PvP for. But if it was the new Shatterstone, but we've also gone back to.
So 47k bench Elementalist deserves nerfs, and 46k bench Willbender doesn't need any nerfs. What a logic PogChamp did. Oh my god. We could do so much React content reading these Twitch comments, dude. Oh my god. This is infinite content, bro. Why didn't I think of this before?
To buffing Shatterstone, or actually not buffing it. I think we nerfed
it. How long until they announce Warriors deletion?
Changing Shatterstone. So how can we have both in one patch?
Okay. Yeah.
Paradox.
Kind of like what Catalyst, like, it looks like a small buff, but these extra seconds can mean a lot.
I knew it. Thief will get deleted from the game before Willbender gets a net 1% nerf.
Swift Scholar when you're going into a tome. That extra second
Stability buffs on the stability class. That he didn't read that this is PvP only, by the way.
can kind of help all your casts. When you go into tome, you kind of want to press like all 3 buttons, get that discount back, and this ability should also help cover those buttons. Firebrand has a lot of cast time, so this should make it feel better.
Oh no!
Very good.
Yeah.
Yep, these are Willbender changes.
Oh, actually, what do they think of the Willbender changes?
We are lowering the damage on Rushing Justice, but we aren't lowering the damage in a lot of places. We think that Willbender, obviously, it's a class that needs to have a lot of damage. It has a pretty front-loaded burst.
Okay.
We don't want to take away...
These nerfs are pretty big for Willbender in World vs. World. Sure, there's no way people can actually be mad at this. Like, this is a big change. If people don't recognize this is a very big change, they're fucking noobs. I don't know what to tell you. In fact, these are big. Like, these two are big changes.
All of that, we want people to, learn how to play around.
I think they like them.
Willbender burst. But
yeah, I think they do like them.
I said, some of these, the disengage and re-engage was too powerful here.
Can you remove burning from Guardian?
So lowering ammunition on flowing resolve, like in PvP, increasing crash and courage, and rushing justice cooldowns, and also removing alacrity from Phoenix Protocol.
Right. Alacrity is probably more targeted at just, again, we're doing this with every alacrity source in World versus World. This isn't something that's necessarily specific to Willbender roaming, right?
I'm so glad our balance team doesn't play their own game. No, it doesn't need a lot of damage. Oh, okay. This is... Wait, they don't balance. What? Dude, OMG Chow went live? Oh, wait, actually... I think that guy does still stream, actually, but never mind. We all have the same 10 skills and just auto-attack each other from the same base HP. Wait, do people think this is in PvE or something? Sufficient for Willbender. Good. Yeah, dude, shout out to Chen33887236. Actually understood the changes.
Yeah, that was just where we were on in general.
Gotcha.
Learn to play around Willbender burst, bro. How? And how is that logic not applied to Thief? Funnily enough, it is! Okay, this is actually a... Oh, I shouldn't have done this, guys. I'm starting to regret it. I don't like this. One, they have like mega gutted Thief in every game mode. Well, in PvP and World vs. World, especially in PvP, they like obliterated this class because of how oppressive it was. But two, okay, you go on terrain, like the thing that you do in PvP in Guild Wars 2. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay.
So as you mentioned a couple times,
why not let people learn how to play around Thief stealth? This is beyond me. Because it's not the same thing. It's not... Willbender... Oh my god. I'm not... I need to stop.
And as we can see here, really the only damage adjustment for
Shout out to
Willbender
Squish
is
Vegan, by the
F1,
way.
Rushing Justice.
Plus 18 siege.
It is going to be losing a ton of mobility. A lot of cooldown is going to be increased. So it is going to be a lot less mobile. If it still seems to be problematic, is this something that we're, thinking we might look at again, and maybe we do need to tone down?
GG, good job. You lost a lot of gamers now. They made Ceres seemingly 2 times harder. It's funny, actually. I think that people will find Ceres harder after the patch, yeah. Although, I do think there has been power creep in other areas that compensates for it, to be fair. But, yeah, like, the Condivert nerfs will actually change things for sure. But I think it probably is. The DPS check is probably going to be harder than it was on launch. Because again, I think they kind of depower kept Condi Herald as well, right? Yeah, they're doing that this patch. Yeah. So it is actually going to be harder with the DPS check, to be fair. That actually is a fair comment.
On some of its burst, or is there
another
sort of avenue you're thinking?
I'm not trying to go as far as saying 2 times harder, but
if just the mobility being
now warrior nerf in the 4th time. Oh
yeah, this was definitely the
guys. Chen33887236 might be a warrior player, and that means I have to take back my endorsement. That's bad news, guys. That could be rough.
What we decided to go with first. If it needs more adjustments, then we're not going to be afraid to do more. This is just what we wanted to start with.
Wow, awesome. You're saying there can be more balance changes after this patch?
That's a shocker.
That's true. I mean, that is a good
top
point
post on Reddit,
CMC.
surely. More balance changes to come.
I'm definitely beating Willbender with Pistol Engineer. Very nice. This chat is full of brain rot. Yo, shout out to Bumpershoot, who is a viewer of the stream, correctly pointing out that the chat is brain rot. That is accurate. Well done. Yeah.
All right, but on this stream, there will be more balance changes.
That is it for Guardian. But we've got
Just
some
remove a light
exciting.
from the whole
There's
game.
one specific exciting word here on this page, I think, which is Gunsaber. That means Blade Sworn changes. Unbelievable. But we've got some rifle buffs.
Oh,
That's the
dude,
first
people
time we've
like
seen that,
it.
surely.
They like the rifle
we've got
buffs.
Some
They're fucking
Rampage
hype.
buffs for PvE.
Oh, look,
Condition
they're actually
Berserker
hype.
buffs in
Rampage.
PvE.
Yo,
Gunsaber buffs for PvE.
Look how
and
excited they are,
meditation
guys.
Buffs, Spellbreaker utility.
This is here he
Are we
is,
making
lone
Rampage
cap.
infinite duration like
He's
for this
here.
mode? That would be fun.
Fortunately, no.
PvE lol. What a joke.
Save that one for later.
Yeah.
I guess I can talk about some stuff.
Why don't you chime
You
in
guys
for
want?
once?
We are so
okay?
back.
Yeah, please.
All right.
I think everyone would love to hear from you.
Wait, we gotta go.
In PvE and PvE.
Let's go to the Ellie mains.
Also really
I want to see the Ellie main.
working on continually is we know that a lot of skills
Disgusting.
apply probably more boons than they should. In part, they get boons added onto them to help them in PvE. They get added game-wide and even more spear bugs. That should hopefully make the weapon feel even smoother.
Complete
The biggest thing these
BS.
apply to are elemental celerity. That's the name of the catalyst elite, right? When you reset your etchings, there was a lot of...
Wait, where did they do like the actual big?
And then we see some other boons.
Was that
when we
here?
get
Oh, that
over
was
to
here,
the
right?
catalyst section. But these are going to be lowering its sustain. Most importantly, some of it is frost aura access as well.
Where are the Ellie mains?
Got a nerf dagger Ellie about once every 10 years, right? Is that the
First
cadence
Garth
we're on now?
from Delta.
Oh my god. Scepter changes.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see Shatterstone back in the patch notes.
Yeah.
Shatterstone
Miss
back in the patch
Shatterstone.
notes. First nerf ever, probably. But
Oh, people are actually
last
not that
patch
mad about
we
it.
wanted
Dude, the
power
Ellie mains
scepter
are
to be a
reformed.
thing, and it was. That's very good, but
They're
we
actually
overshot
reformed.
it, so we're toning it
They're
down a bit.
reformed.
Straightforward.
Oh, I'm a uninstall. Good luck.
No, Cal can talk about this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have some Warhorn adjustments here.
He just fucking drops that shit, dude. He hasn't even seen all the notes. He's like, yeah, I'm done. I'm out, bro.
So obviously we do see a damage reduction to Lightning Orb as one of those things that is a pretty powerful skill.
You can tell the 3 devs don't play their own game. When you see the past user changes, they have zero passion or clue what is needed.
But something else we want to do for this patch is add a little bit more supportive elements to the Warhorn. Obviously, it has a little bit of those, but not a whole lot. So we're going to see some.
Whenever Elementalist gets a slight increase in popularity, you guys got to destroy it, huh? I paid $15 for the add-on. Please don't nerf the spear. Instead of killing classes, why don't you kill the siege spam? The thing is, I feel like siege is not even good right now in World of
stuff.
Warcraft.
I think the most exciting thing here to me is Water Globe is now going to follow the Elementalist. as
So
opposed
good.
to
Oh, dude, Pittsburgh Daddy
you press the
loves to
button
see
and
the
Water
Ellie
Globe
tears.
runs off in
Love it.
a straight line away from all the players you're trying to support. So now it'll just be attached
Why do the balance team act like immature high schoolers? You're not funny.
to you. You'll be able to.
Oh,
chase
why haven't
around
I done
people
this
that you wanna
before?
support, have that water field, have that healing.
This is so base.
Tidal Surge now going to be a blast finisher. Combos very nicely into the water field that is now always attached to you. And then we see some other boons getting added on to some of the other.
Dude, no one plays Ellie. Go to Vert nerfs. Let's talk about Weaver. It's a non-existent class. Well, to be fair, you do get your wish. They actually do improve, right? They make it better, right? They make Weaver better.
More offensive focused skills.
Bruh, I know none of these skills.
Just a nice little button
It's because he only goes in fire achievement, bro. That's why he
press for support builds instead of just having that.
He's never gone in any
primarily damage-based
achievement, guys.
skill. And
other
Cyclone, in
than,
addition to
other than
swiftness, will give
fire.
a little bit of AoE super speed to your nearby allies. Just again, give a little bit more of that support value to the Warhorn.
Nice. How confirmed prefers.
How about we nerf problematic trait skills on Power Necro instead of making the entire spec unplayable? Wait, do they... Oh, wait, this guy thinks that Power Hub is going to be unplayable after the changes?
Warhorn over Dagger. Very biased.
Definitely not.
Okay.
All right. Moving on. More Elementalist changes. One of you has to talk about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
These
seem
are
pretty
better do it.
straightforward. Does anyone need to talk about these?
pretty straightforward. Spear got pretty big bug fix in Volcano working.
Dude, do you think the devs, they're laughing when they're reading chat? Like, is that what's going on? I know Trigger's a reader. He's a reader. I know he's laughing. He knew what he was doing when he said Magrest. He knew that we'd see that, and he knew that he would then get to read the chat when he said Magrest.
On a lot of boss platforms, that was a tricky one. And then now that it does, it's pretty clear that it just needs...
Those who actually play Elementalists are not pleased with this update. I mean, I guess not. That's true. Yeah.
Its damage toned down a bit, and competitive modes in the solo up a bit. So
pets like the Fernhound's Direct should be a blast finisher. Honestly, that's not a bad suggestion, actually. I could see adding some blast finish to pets. I actually don't hate that. That would be kind of cool to make Fernhound better, actually. Like blast a Waterfield or something. Shout out to Verenzai.
that's what's happening. And then these kind of continue on to the next slide where we are fixing even more.
Bring back the
spear
Mesmer
bug.
days on Dagger. It's actually funny because that build, that was a really interesting change. They got rid of that because it was really obnoxious in PvP and World versus World, but it enabled this really interesting build that you could do with like Relic of the Midnight King to have like Omega Giga boons on yourself with like the days spam on Mirage with Dagger. So yeah, I guess that build like got deleted from existence.
Bugs. That should hopefully make the weapon feel even smoother. The biggest thing these apply to are Elemental Celerity. That's the name of the Catalyst Elite, right? When you reset your etchings, there was a lot of
epic
trickiness to getting it to work correctly. So
Ellie
it
main
should now
seething.
be working as intended.
Nobody can play with Spear.
Indeed.
Wait, holy shit. Limboni, I think you found me something good. Willbender has to suffer. Whoever plays this class thinks they're cool, but they're just using an extremely unbalanced class and think they're kitten. You can dodge several times, have several teleports, Aegis, healing, etc. Still, I have to read, oh, but just dodge. You have to be very brave to say that. Whoever plays Willbender is playing on easy mode, and there's no point in coming to defend, everyone knows that. You're a noob thinking you're cool. Enter the matches and watch Willbender's spam. Oh! Dude, Saiyan is... Oh, what? Yes! Here, cry over this bucket so I can collect your silver-rated tears. Yes! That is what I'm fucking talking about, dude. Saiyan with the hammer just brings down the mallet of punishment on the forums here. Dude, how did this thread not get banned? Were the mods asleep? Get professional help or uninstall. It sounds like you didn't dodge. Have you tried dodging? Pretty well known and accepted that Willbender players are generally the worst type of people. Unfortunately, their grossly OP elite gets nerfed, they'll just move on to the next thing. A lot of cope going for people who don't even know what their own class buttons do. I'm handling Willbenders just fine around different classes and builds recently. I have no idea how you guys are struggling. Most Willbenders who bandwagon like you run renewed focus and die to Willbenders who don't even bother using running renewed focus. I mean, if you don't run that, like, you're memeing. I think people have seen Draza do that a couple of times in World versus World and think that that's the play, but it's really not, unless you're memeing on people. Willbender is overtuned, yes. Most of you are not dying to Willbender because it's overtuned. You're dying because you're simply not good enough to survive against anything. Holy... Whoa. Based! Mercurial Kuro Sludge with again, the very good forum post. Good attempt, but I'm Good attempt, but I'm better than you. When you're seeing games of 6 or more Willbenders at 5th, bullshit. There is absolutely a drastic problem with balance. The skill floor and ceiling of Willbender is basically the same, but hop on that bottle of Delulu if it helps you deal. 7 likes. You are better than me at whining, that's for sure. XD. I don't play Guardian-y, and Willies need some tuning, I suppose. But OP, really, use dodge button. That's what I offered the silly benders that PM me noob kitten minstrel rev. What? Tell them to get good and stop bandwagoning. If they got stomped because they refused to run away, at least a teensy more respectable. Just a teensy bit. Willbender is strong. A bit strong against a few classes, but I'm having a pretty easy time not dying to them. My SD Thief, I have like 50 hours on. Always comes out of dodging or kiting while they have F3 boons, ready to go in. And use Steel at the opportune time to disrupt the hero. This is actually correct. Wait, dude, when did all the PvP players like actually start posting on the forums? That being said, when it's not the average Joe Wilburn you've seen a million times, it can be problematic. Good players with Spear, Hammer, or bullshit to Longbow can make it super difficult, simply because they have CC now. I mean, yeah, Longbow can actually like own you very quickly. That is true. Yeah. 1500 rating is nearly plat 2. What NA, that's like top 4. We don't even have Willburners in the top 25, let alone top 50. We believe multicast, they're not... Well, yeah, I mean, actually... Oh, that's kind of... This is kind of weak, actually. Saying you've... This is pretty weak, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I can think of maybe 5 worders that consistently maintain top 100. Plus or minus 50 on just Willbender. Well... This is actually a pretty weak argument, because, yeah, a lot of the people who play PvP and get decent rating, they don't just play one thing, right? I think, didn't Josh get rank 1 on Willbender, though? He was duo, but I think he did. This is actually a pretty mid-argument, but look, I'll give you a pass here, Cyan, because your first response was so good. Yeah. This has warrior main with hurt feelings written all over it. The warrior main's getting slammed here. You hate to see that. This is a good thread, though, actually. This was good. Well found. I don't know why did he format it like this, by the way, guys? Why did he make the font size so big? I didn't even know you could do this. I'm not zoomed in, by the way. I am, but I mean, like, this is, like, he formatted it on purpose. Like, this is how it's supposed to look. Like, this is the intended, you know, intended size. I don't know why did he do that? It sends a message. I do like that it says Willbender has to suffer. But I want to see this other guy's other posts. Help me create a Char Necromancer. Spirit of the Wild for a Char. War Spirit. So we've gone from... I want to create a Char Necromancer. Oh! Now this is interesting, guys. We're using Dark Reader. It's because they actually have a dark theme, but it keeps resetting. I don't know why. This is interesting, guys. Notice how he's always done this. He's always gone this way. Right? Like, he does that here. He did it here in his first post back in 2021. So he posted like this with like the big text in 2021, and then did it again in 2024. Yeah. There you have it. Incredible. I want to see what this guy's posting. Okay. Magnetic Aura needs mega nerfs. Geo Qs need to end. Oh, dude, wait. Oh my god, is this guy based? We want balanced matches that won't happen until Guild Wars 3 comes out, if ever. I mean, he's actually right there. At this point, I'm just thankful the PvP servers are still active. Wait, is this... I want to see what rating this guy is. I bet this guy actually has decent rating. I'm going to say it. Because he actually doesn't have ego, and he's saying accurate information, which is uncommon. Also, I just spawned directly onto Greer. What the hell is this? I want to see this guy's rating. There needs to be a little Chrome extension you can get that shows the rating and kp.me of players on the forums. Can you imagine how good that would be? Why has nobody made that? Imagine if I could see what rating this guy is in PvP. That would be huge, no? And then we can see what rating this guy is. And we could also see... if this guy's lying about 1580 rating, right? Because, look, I'm going to be real, guys. Do we think this guy's telling the truth? Do we think he's actually 1580? I'm not sure about that. Because 1580 is actually kind of high these days. Yeah, 1580 is you're the same rating as Zeolith. And on NA, it's even lower, right? Like, it's harder to be... You know, that would be like a higher rank on NA because the population's a little bit lower. So the probability of that guy being 1580 rating is, it's not high. Let's put it like that. Oh, actually, wait. Oh, this... Oh, no, it's not an old post. I thought, okay, maybe this was like 5 years ago or something, but it's not. It's Willbender, right? Willbender players are generally the worst type of people. I like how with this guy, if you play Willbender, that's like a personal flaw, right? You know, like that is you know, it's a failing to do that. Like it's immoral to play Willbender. What is my inventory, man? This sucks. What do I do? I need to go and get rid of this. Man, the forums are crazy, dude. The forums are wacky. I think I should just get a bag slot on this guy. Playing Dragon Hunter in PvP. That's actually a fair point. Like, yeah, there is definitely a stigma around playing Dragon Hunter. There's a reason why... Wait, what's the emote we have here? Is it... Wait, DH main or something? What's the emote, guys? Like, or the Dragon Hunter with the wings? Yeah, if you play that, that is actually a bit suspect. That is true. I need to get rid of some of this stuff. I should just buy another bag. I don't have any gems, though. I don't have any bag slots, so maybe that's not an option. I should just spend this essence, maybe? Because I've just got a bunch of essence I could get rid of. Ah, yeah. Let him pug. Yeah, this is a good emote. Very nice. Wait, I want... Ooh. Here's a long shot, actually. Does anything remain from Bootsy Wootsy's stream? Wait, I always assumed that was his character. This is him, right? Oh, I don't think it is the same character. It's someone very similar though. But I'm almost certain it was modeled off that, or like that's why the emote was chosen, because it's a very similar character. Like, I wonder if there's any like really old stuff here. See, guys, this is what, by the way, everyone, this is what the boon bar is supposed to look like. No prot, okay? No prot, no vigor, no perma aegis, no perma stability, right? Look, isn't it beautiful? Quickness, regen, fury, might, swiftness. And look, dude, look at the comp. Look at that. Double chrono, 3 druids for some reason. Not sure what's going on there. Oh, I guess one of them is... Wait, one of them's kiting? I guess? Oh, yeah, one of them must be kiting. Triple Tempest, double chrono, double PS Warrior. Let's go.
Ready for 75?
Yeah, it must be a kite druid. Because otherwise, what else would be kiting, right? Oh, yeah, it is. Look, there they are.
Inside the blue, just a small bit.
That's interesting, actually. Had people not caught on to Rev for this recently? I guess people... Well, no, not... well, rather, like... I thought people had caught on to Rev pretty quickly after Demos came out, but... I guess maybe not. Yeah, Banner Slave Warrior, guys. We've got the Defiant Stance technology here as well. Grace of the Land stacks kicking in. Huge. 1 million blades.
Inside the blue, just a
huge. You can kind of think, yeah, this is very old though. This is 8 years old, guys. You have to understand, I'm not looking at recent clips. I'm looking at 8-year-old clips. Full raid run with pugs.
Yeah, it isn't too bad at all. Hey, is that a Mesmer I see on the horizon? No.
Wait. Oh, wait. Guys, this is 4-4-2 strat. Look. Mesmer's in. We're going to play 4-4-2. Yo. That's crazy.
Yeah,
4-4-2
calm. Too bad at all. Hey, is that a Mesmer?
Question mark. Wait. Surely you remember this, Saraxa. This is like the old meta. You had a warrior, double tempest, Condi druid in 2 subs. Then in sub 3, you had power herald and chrono. And the chrono did quickness to everyone, and they did a lack to everyone as well. Wait, you guys don't remember 4-4-2? What the hell? Yeah. Yeah, it was Wing 3. Exactly, it was Wing 3. And then after that, people figured out that, well, hang on a minute. Double Chrono is sick. 7-2-1? Oh, yeah, 7-2-1 with the solo heal, right? Yeah. That was cooked. that was basically F comp, right? Yeah. Before DPS meters? Okay. Wait, does Jack Snacks still exist? Because DPS meters did exist, but only with in a weird way. People weren't really using memory reading meters at this point. People were using basically something that was screenshotting the chat and then using character recognition to count the numbers. Bootsy Wootsy actually still plays the game, just doesn't stream. I see him post on the forum sometimes. Chrono swapping subs to give buffs. Yeah, I mean, they actually hotfixed that relatively early on, I believe. It was more popular to pop off on Twitch. I think, honestly, like, I actually do... I do wish that Guild Wars 2 had a more vibrant Twitch scene, but I actually think that streaming Guild Wars 2 is the worst way to accomplish that. I think if you actually want to make Guild Wars 2 like relevant on Twitch and actually have good content and good content creators, the best thing you can do strategically is play other games, gain an audience, and then come back. Pretty much. So who knows? Maybe we cook. Oh. Ah! Ah! No! No! He's gonna lance. Ha! Dodged. Oh, dude, there's too many lances. I'm afraid this is not gonna be a happy ending on the Roma adventure. Dude, look how fucking troll this build is. I will admit, this is a very troll build. Look, how did this guy nearly die? What? People are not looking at their HP, man. Oh, man. They say the guys sold fundamentals. What do you think those are in this game? How do you get them? Oh, sure. So, funnily enough, I actually have it. Honestly, here's a video for you to watch. I can give you a little clip, but this is the video you want to watch. But the TLDR of that is you need to be able to attack while moving, you need to be able to turn the camera while moving, and you need to be able to do all of those at the same time. You need to be able to attack, turn the camera, and move simultaneously. That is the most simple expression of Guild Wars 2 fundamentals. Oh, yeah, and you need to be able to look at what's going on around you while doing all of that. So you need to be able to move and attack, turn the camera and attack. You need to be able to move, turn the camera and attack. And you also need to be able to be observing things that are going on while doing that. There you go. But honestly, if you want to see like how the combat system works in this game, then this is the one for you. This will explain it to you. Wait, I think there's actually some really funny clips here in this video. Wait, let me see. Is this... Let me see if I can find it. There is some funny fucking B-roll in this video. I'm looking for a Skyhammer game. Man, this build was good. I'm just gonna say it, guys. This build saved PvP. Except it was also one of the most cancerous builds ever made, but it was really funny. You would just destroy people. Sagebrand. Yeah, like, this build was so disgusting, but it was also very fun to play. Sagebrand. Finally a good build. Finally a well-designed build. Very healthy. Very healthy, very fun. Is treeing? Yeah, I mean, look, playing this build is a treeing experience. There's no question about that. Absolutely beautiful. This is a pretty good video, actually. Look, I about-faced, guys. I did it. The weakness mantra one, so dog shit to play into. Ah, yes. I think this footage is after they nerfed it. So this is no longer the weakness mantra variant, because it wasn't good. I did play that variant as well, but this was after that even existed. So this is instead, yeah, this is the one where you play Save Yourselves, the double stun break one. Yeah. Although, I think this version... I think you eventually ran Stand Your Ground instead of Save Yourselves. So you ran Save Yourselves, Contemplation of Purity, and Purging Flames. Because Purging Flames was pretty good. Ugh. Man, this is the kind of thing that is actually so hard to deal with for new players, by the way. This is such a weird mechanic. Like, if you cancel a spell like this... But, okay, ooh, this is a specific thing. Okay, so look here. That happens, the animation still goes off if you stow. Not if you cancel, actually. This is a weird thing that happens, and I'll show you what I mean. So, if you just cancel, so if you hit escape, which is the intended way to cancel skills, notice how the animation still doesn't go off. However, if you do this and you weapon stow, the animation still goes off. Realistically, the behavior between doing these things should be consistent, but it isn't. It's another one of those things that really fucks up new players, I think. 442 footage. Here we go. What do we got here? Ah, yes! Here we go! We have... Oh, actually, I better mute it, actually. I'm gonna get fucking muted. You know, seriously, man. Like, my VOD got destroyed on YouTube because I played, like, 1 minute of a song, okay? Crazy. You hate to see that. You really do. Ah, look at that. Beautiful. See, look. I like how the groups... Oh, it's because Nike's on Druid, right? So it's organizing the sub a little bit differently. If he was on Warrior, it would look nice and symmetrical, but it's not because he's playing Druid. Unlucky. But look at that, guys. Quadruple Tempest, double Druid, double Warrior, and then Chrono Rev. That's big. That is big. Just getting, that's true. That's also another weird thing. Yeah, that's also for tomes as well, of course. Yeah, stowing doesn't work when you have bundles, right? Like any bundle, you can't weapon stow. Then you have to press escape, which is also kind of weird. Druid, and this is an old druid as well. So this is, yeah, oh, dude, Tiger for Fury on druid. Wow. We've got Glyph of Empowerment, Glyph of Unity here. Incredible. And look at the boons. Guys, look at the boons. Look. Look at the boons. There's no prot. We barely have Fury uptime. Oh, man. See, when people say that raids do no damage in Guild Wars 2, it's because you have perma-prot now, right? Like Zera was legit scary, man. With no protection, you could die so fast, actually. Because you just take damage. And you might have even noticed that, by the way, guys. I believe an Elementalist Earth overloaded there. Yeah. The Elementalist Earth overloaded to give AoE prot to the team. Because the Druid doesn't really have access to that. That much. Like, a lot of the Warhorn buffs hadn't gone through yet. You didn't have all the prot on the traits, nature magic, and so on. Stone Spirit wasn't really a thing that you could use effectively either. So, yeah, you just had no protection. No Alak. Alak wasn't a boon. Alak was a unique mod that only Chrono had. So it is here, but you also didn't have 100% uptime until people started running double Chrono. Here with single Chrono, you wouldn't have 100% uptime on the whole group. Because it was based off phantasms, like attacking and applying it to everyone. But yeah, you can see there is Alak there. Alak was also stronger. It was also a lot stronger, actually. It was, well, this is actually pre the first nerf, I think. Because initially, on launch, Alak was 66% cooldown reduction rate increase. They then nerfed it to 33%. And then, of course, now it's 25%. Yeah, so Alak was mega broken. It's crazy how much the game has been power crept. Like, I don't think people really realize how much more powerful you are now. Just in terms of, like, defensive support. Like, people talk about DPS power creep all the time, and that's definitely happened, mostly through role compression, really, rather than, like, the numbers really getting out of control. But the defensive power creep has been insane. Like, the amount of boons that you have is crazy. Like, how much support power creep there is. Because you'll see here, guys, look how long it takes the might to ramp. It actually takes, like, a decent chunk of time to actually ramp up. Because, of course, the warriors are applying it here, guys. The druid is not really applying might. It's actually here for Grace of the Land and other DPS buffs, right? Like Glyph of Empowerment and, obviously, spirits giving DPS increases. The warriors, it's the PS warriors who are applying that might using phalanx strength and even, like, the dumplings, probably, to get extra might on critical strikes. Which PvE meta was your favorite? I actually think both HOT and Path of Fire were decent. I do. HOT was really fun. Because there wasn't, like, crazy power creep yet. Path of Fire is when power creep really started to kick in and you started having some, like, really busted shit. But a lot of the support power creep hadn't started to kick in yet so much in Path of Fire. It did towards the end, but, like, it was mostly damage, honestly, that got really crazy in PoE for stuff like Weaver coming into play and Scourge, whereas it was incredibly strong. People then eventually figured out Heal Scourge. Haha, check my YouTube video on that. And that obviously changed things a fair bit. But I think HOT and Path of Fire were actually both pretty fun in PvE. I think the support power creep really started to kick in EOD. That's when you had Mech. Everyone's got every boon. I mean, that was the Solar Arc, guys. The God Emperor. And that's when a lot of that power creep kind of connected to the game. Yeah. Yeah, Frost Spirit, 5% DPS increase for power damage, right? And then Sun Spirit giving you the extra burn stacks. Firebrand was kind of crazy before at EOD, though. I'm not gonna lie, Firebrand was kind of overrated. Firebrand as a support has always been overrated. People really like Firebrand because it was good for role compression. People liked it in the Fire Brigade meta because it was easier to find 3 boon rolls than 4. But I actually think support Firebrand has always been an overrated build. Until, ironically enough, recently, I actually think support Firebrand is actually a bit underrated now because it got a lot weaker. Well, it didn't even really get weaker. It's just that other stuff got buffed. Like, you had the advent of, you know, stability on a lot of other classes, like support Chrono, like, really coming up there with the stability. And, like, other classes getting stability and so on. So support Firebrand kind of, like, became weaker because other things got stronger. But now, I don't think it was that good, actually. Prenev Heal Mantra was way too strong. Ages every 3 seconds. Yeah, but you could play that on DPS Firebrand. That's the thing. Like Quickness Firebrand. You didn't need to play support for that. I'm talking specifically about support Firebrand. And, yeah, like, the Heal Mantra was really good on Firebrand, for sure. But it's not... It's strong in a very different way. Like, Aegis... having, like, really high Aegis is really broken. It is really busted. But bear in mind, Chrono could actually do that with, Chrono could do that with Aegis Share too. Definitely overpowered for sure. But I don't think like, having one boon very frequently is nowhere near as crazy as having, like, every boon all the time. Like, Chaos Chrono is wild, right? Like, Chaos Chrono was, like, the Omega power creep. Like, that was one build that gave every boon in the game permanently. Literally every boon. It could even do nearly permanent resistance. That was pretty good. Classes had an individual identity. I am actually not the biggest fan of this statement. I actually do think classes in Guild Wars 2 have a lot of identity. Like, for example, it's true that, let's say, you know, a Druid and a Scourge are somewhat interchangeable in terms of their boon application. They can both do Alacrity, they both have Might, they both have Protection, and so on. But I wouldn't say that, like, Scourge and Druid are, like, the same class, right? I wouldn't say that Tempest and Druid are the same, just because they apply the same boons. I'm not the biggest fan of making this criticism. Firebrand was the most busted class in the game a few years ago. Yeah, but Quickness Firebrand. Like, in those tier lists, I divide it into different builds, yeah? I say offensive support, defensive support, and DPS, right? And it's certainly true that Quickness Firebrand is insanely good. It's absolutely... well, when it was very strong, right? It was a god-level build, and that's why I said that. But, again, you know, I would have said... at the time, because again, that's how I do these tier lists, is like, I would have said that I'm talking about Quickness Firebrand, not necessarily Heal Firebrand. Berserker Material not making sense? Actually, I disagree. I actually really like... I'm even rather fond of the design of how Heal Berserker works. I think it's not perfect, and I'd actually think that that build probably needs a bit more time in the oven. It needs to cook a little bit more. But no, I don't agree with that, actually. I think it's cool that Warrior can heal. I think Berserker being the healer is actually rather cool, in my opinion. I don't think that's a bad build. I think that's actually a cool build. I wish it was better, actually. This was the best meta. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this was a meta, that's for sure. Yeah. Is this the epi meta? Of course it is, right? Here we go. Yes, yes. Yo, look at the epi bounce on the shards. Oh my god, look at that. That is beautiful. You love to see that, guys. Look at those epidemics bouncing back onto the boss. Finally, a good metagame. Evident the most broken skill of all time? Probably. There's not much more that's like more broken than this in PvE. You could make an argument for, you know, distort share being very, very broken, but Epidemic was very, very, very broken, and it was like broken in a very global way. It wasn't like distort share. You could argue is like a little bit niche. You know, it was broken for dealing with certain things, but not necessarily everything. But like Scourge was broken in every way, right? Like this build was so overpowered. And Epidemic was just, like, beyond busted in terms of what it actually did. Conjure Greatsword 4. Oh, yeah, like Fiery Greatsword and Ice Bow. But I'd honestly say that that was only as broken as it was because of how low HP bosses had. Like, it is certainly true that Ice Bow and Fiery Greatsword were really powerful in raids. They saw, obviously, a great deal of play. And even after they got nerfed, they saw play in raids. Because they got nerfed before HOT came out, if I'm not mistaken. And they specifically called this out because people were, you know, pointing out this is like really, really broken. But to be honest, was that pre-nerf as busted as Epi? I'm not even sure if it was, to be honest. I mean, oh, dude, the Fiery Greatsword into the wall was pretty broken, though, actually. That was kind of crazy. That was pretty good. But I don't actually know how much DPS that did. Yes. Lovely. Power Weaver was 42k, then Soto Meta with 49k DPS Scourge. Look, that's the way it should be. To have Arc DPS during that era. I mean, I think people had DPS meters during this era. Well, I mean, look, we literally have one here. And people had them in the core game too. It's just that they weren't public. People used, I mean, people had GGGM, and there was also there were a couple of meters floating around. If you go and look at old videos of core Guild Wars 2, you'll see meters in some of them. I bet Nike's got, if we go to like really old Nike videos, I bet some of them have a meter in them, even in like the core game. I'm not sure, though. Like, dude... Okay. ArenaNet says this isn't an exploit. Okay, here we go. One-shotting the elemental source with agony isn't an exploit, apparently. Boom. There we go. It's gone. Yep. I guess that's with a... Yeah. Oh, that's with Mimic. Yeah, he's Mimic with old Mimic, which, like, absorbed an attack, and you could, like, spit it out, right, at the enemy afterwards. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's old Mimic doing that. Old Mimic. Dude, look at these old videos. Holy shit. Old traits here? That's crazy. Old traits? Nike versus the Lupicus? Sharknado. Oh, man. This is good. This is good shit. Quality PvP matchmaking. Dude, some things never change, huh? Wait, the video clip that got me... Wait, what is this, bro? Wait, the video clip that got me permabanned for the forums. Wait, I'm not even sure I even know this context. Apparently posting this in the Fractal CDI thread was off topic. GG moderators. Wait, what is this? What am I looking at? Oh, I assume there's some audio going on here, but there's probably music. And I don't want to get my VOD just, like, obliterated. Okay, fine. Fuck it. Fuck the VOD.
Wow, glancing eviscerate. God. Recipe, superior sigil of my... Ooh.
Hilbrond's phylactery, motherfucking uninfused.
Rampage's stat, ascended armor.
I mean, yeah, that's not the best loot.
GG.
An uninfused ring at 50. Are you fucking out of your minds, ain't it?
Ooh.
What the fuck?
Uninfused ring in 50.
I should highlight that.
I'll highlight that, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that, yeah, I guess that does suck. That's not what you want. That's definitely not what you want, guys. If you block Pistol Shot, Mitron doesn't port. And I think if you reflect it, you teleport to her as well. It's pretty funny. D&T removed from raid testing. Yeah, I do remember this. Unfortunately, everyone does. It's brought up every single time Nike says anything. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because this fractal used to take, like, I remember this. Like, the Mitrin fractal was, like, mega slow, right? Back in the day, because, like, it took so fucking long to kill the boss, right? I think? It was, like, very, very slow. Or am I misremembering that?
Wow, glancing eviscerate, God.
It was, like,
Rampage
mega
stats,
slow. It was, like, a huge slog to actually kill this boss. Yeah, because I remember doing this for the first time, and I was like, bro, this boss fight never ends. And you had the really long intermission as well, right? With like Horik unleashing the cannons and just like this crazy long intermission. Big. Oh. But also, guys, look how interesting this is. 1 gold 40 from fractals. I feel like people will be pretty happy with that, but I guess you get that from the little you know, the little things you can sell, I suppose. Yeah. Interesting. Any boons Nike has? Well, listen, this is the core game. This is the core game, guys. No boons. Oh, you know, I would really love to see, like, the alternate reality where ArenaNet kept their design philosophy from core and didn't drop it, right? Like, man, what does Guild Wars 2 look like if this is actually how the game plays out now? Ooh. Ooh. Okay, also stream's over. Because it's 1 a.m. That is that's the reality. That is what's going on here. Really, it really is that simple, guys. Game over. I will raid Emmy. It's time. I will be back tomorrow. Or will I? Yeah. I'll see you then, guys. Hopefully, okay, look. I'm not going to say it won't be a scuff stream. Today is a scuff stream. Eventually, the scuff stream arc will stop. And we will be back to normal programming. So, we'll see. But I'm working on it. I'll see you then, gamers. I'm out of here. Follow, subscribe, and